Chapter 26. My Sharingan is restricted by the fog. Moreover, these Kirigaku ninjas are all moving at high speeds, and their positions cannot be confirmed in a short period of time. My bugs can confirm their location. But if you want a more specific location, it will take some time. This is a passive situation. This was probably the first time Fujiwara Tetsuya faced one after joining the 13th squad. Even in the previous battle against a certain stray Jainin, they had never been in such a predicament. Wooden Golem. I'll leave it to you to confirm their location. Mikoto and I will try to delay them and block their attacks. Take a deep breath. Fujiwara Tetsuya's gaze became increasingly fierce. Little brat from Konoha. Even Jainin may not be able to confirm our location. You are far from enough. Dead bone pulse. 10 finger bullet water style. Water tooth bullet water style. Water waves. Looking at the attack coming from the darkness, Fujiwara Tetsuya did not hesitate at all. Water style. Water prison technique. Return. A huge water ball surrounded the three people in the center, and ninjutsu bombarded them one after another, making Fujiwara Tetsuya's expression turn pale in an instant. Sure enough. Is it a bit forced? After enduring several rounds of attacks, the water curtains around them collapsed. At some point, the water on the ground gradually submerged their ankles. Water prison technique? It can actually be used like this. Little brat. I have to praise you. What a shame. Your time is up. Wooden Golem, haven't you confirmed the other party's location yet? Feel the chill from your feet. Fujiwara Tetsuya became increasingly anxious. You must know. Among these people are members of the Snow Clan. Ruo Shui Wuiuzayan awakened the ice escape. Given the current situation, we can definitely launch a forceful attack and wipe them out. Ice escape, swallow blowing snow. Damn it. What you fear will come true. Mikoto. Stop saving chakra. Use fire style. Listening to the dense sounds of breaking air coming from his ears, Fujiwara Tetsuya swung the small sword in his hand quickly. They all tried their best to block the countless ice crystal shurikens. Fire style. Great fireball technique. Fire style, fire bomb. Fire style, big fire bomb. The hot breath evaporated all the moisture within the field of vision. The sharp ice crystal shurikens also melted completely under the high temperature. Tetsuya. I found them. Just when Uchiha Mikoto's chakra was about to run out, a Barame wooden golem finally moved. Swarms of insects rushed out from all around his body and protected the three guards. Wooden golem, well done. Water style. Water transformation technique. Mikoto. Wooden golem. Today I will show you my newly developed ninjutsu. This meaningless fight. It's time to end it. Tetsuya. Don't be impulsive. These people are not simple. Seeing Fujiwara Tetsuya's confident look, Uchiha Mikoto and a Barame wooden golem paused. Then he started to persuade. Dead bone pulse. Ice release bloodline. Which one of them is easy to get along with? Mikoto. Wooden golem. Just watch quietly. After today, my name, Fujiwara Tetsuya, will resound throughout Konoha. Ox rabbit monkey lightning style Chidori. Almost at the moment when Fujiwara Tetsuya shouted, countless tiny lightning bolts suddenly rose from the hands of Fujiwara Tetsuya and his water clone, like hundreds of phoenixes screaming. Chidori. Is this the jutsu you developed? Tetsuya. Looking at the two figures in front of him, Uchiha Mikoto was slightly dazed, not knowing when. The little devil that she hated had actually grown to this extent. No wonder you said your name will resound throughout Konoha. Tetsuya. I won't lose to you. Definitely. Definitely. I don't know when. The girl's eyes changed again. The scarlet single Megatama had evolved into a double Megatama at this moment. Explode. Chidori. In the thick fog, lightning flashes continuously. From time to time, the wails of several mist ninjas could be heard. After Fujiwara Tetsuya severely injured Kazunishin and killed Karatagi Hiroya, the fog around finally dissipated without the support of chakra. Tetsuya. Are you okay? The high intensity of chakra consumption made Fujiwara Tetsuya feel hollowed out in an instant. Fortunately, after noticing Fujiwara Tetsuya's weak condition, Uchiha Mikoto and a Barame wooden golem came to Fujiwara Tetsuya's side as soon as possible. I'm fine. It's just that I consumed too much chakra. Just take a break. Shaking his numb right hand, Fujiwara Tetsuya immediately set his gaze on the mist ninja not far away. Goju Hiroya, Hoshigaki Mikawa, and Noki Terahai died from his previous attack. But Hoseki Nobuyuki, Kagayasaki, and Karatagi Hiroya avoided Chidori's fatal attack. Although they suffered considerable injuries, they still had the capital to continue fighting. Chidori. Fujiwara Tetsuya. I'll remember you. That's all for today. But I believe we will meet again one day. Next time. I will definitely take off your head and wash away today's humiliation. Looking at the corpse of his companion at his feet, Gui Dengzhen's expression was particularly gloomy. As the best of this class of Kirigakuer, this was the first time they were defeated so thoroughly. Chidori. What a fast speed! If he hadn't initially mastered the hydration technique and avoided the vital parts in time, I'm afraid that it has become a cold body at this moment. Hey! Everyone can brag. Perhaps, when we meet again next time, I will have become a Jainin. Since you don't want to fight anymore, then quickly take the bodies of your companions and leave. Otherwise, if I wait for the other genin teams from Konoha, maybe I will change my mind and leave all of you here. Seeing that the other party was about to back down, Fujiwara Tetsuya secretly breathed a sigh of relief. However, he didn't show any sign of weakness. As he spoke, he kept waving the small sword in his hand. Snort! Let's go! A few seconds later, Hojomishin and the other two disappeared into the dense forest in the distance, carrying the three bodies of Kirigakuer genin. After confirming that the other party had left, Fujiwara Tetsuya could no longer maintain his composure. He squatted on the grass at his feet and breathed in the fresh air. It feels so good to be alive. Tetsuya. Are you okay? It's okay. I just need to take a rest. By the way, Mikoto, when did your Sharingan advance to double Megatama? At this time, Fujiwara Tetsuya finally noticed the changes in Uchiha Mikoto. Because of the sudden advancement, Uchiha Mikoto is currently unable to control the two-tomo Sharingan well. Oh. You said Sharingan. Just now. Perhaps because Fujiwara Tetsuya's performance was amazing enough, Uchiha Mikoto's tone seemed much softer. Just. Mikoto. Are you inspired by me? That's why you advanced to the double Megatama. No way. I actually guessed it right. Noticed the inexplicable fluctuation in Uchiha Mikoto's eyes. Fujiwara Tetsuya screamed and jumped up. Chapter 27. Little devil. If you dare say another word, I won't mind letting you taste the power of two-tomo Sharingan. Fujiwara Tetsuya's straightforwardness. It broke the girl's mind. Looking at Fujiwara Tetsuya's smug look, Uchiha Mikoto's face quickly turned cold. Really? When dealing with this kind of kid, you can't even treat him well. Well. Mikoto, I was wrong. Put away the two-tomo Sharingan. I can't stop talking. Feel the pressure coming from under the scarlet color at close range. Fujiwara Tetsuya had a little cold sweat on his forehead, he chuckled twice, and instantly distanced himself from Uchiha Mikoto. His chakra is almost exhausted. If Uchiha Mikoto wanted to teach him a lesson at this time, it would not be easy. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for saving us. At the critical moment, Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka walked over from a distance with unspeakable apology in their eyes. They also saw the battle just now clearly. Needless to say, how dangerous it is. You two, there's no need to do this. Since we've come across each other, we can't just pretend we didn't see it. Seeing Uchiha Mikoto glance away, Fujiwara Tetsuya secretly breathed a sigh of relief and quickly moved closer to Uzumaki Heiji. Tetsuya. If you don't mind, that's what I'll call you. This is the scroll I was talking about. I'm giving it to you. Fujiwara Tetsuya's familiar movements obviously won him the friendship of Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka. As they talked, they became closer. Looking at the scroll in Uzumaki Heiji's hand, Fujiwara Tetsuya hesitated for a moment, then reached out and took it. The difficulty of finding the scroll. Not small. What's more, if this scroll remained in the hands of Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka, it would definitely be a disaster rather than a blessing for them. Heiji. What are you two going to do next? I'm afraid the reason why Kirigakure's people came to you is not just for the scroll. Ghost Lantern believes them, I'm afraid they won't let you go easily. Even after so much time has passed, Fujiwara Tetsuya still feels a little scared when he thinks of Hoseki-shin and the other two. Fortunately, the bloodline limits of the three of Kizuna-shin have not been developed to a deep level, and the strength they can exert is limited. Otherwise, whether you can survive now is really uncertain. According to the rules of the second test, all 3 members of a team must reach the finish line to pass. Now there are only 2 of us left, Naka. It's impossible to continue the Chunin exam. So, I plan to give up. The matter of promotion to Chunin will have to wait until later. Abstain. Although it's a bit of a pity. But for now, it is indeed the best choice. Looking at Uzumaki Heiji's tired expression, Fujiwara Tetsuya nodded. After the battle just now, this place is no longer safe. Well then, Heiji, we'll see each other again someday. After bidding farewell to Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka, Fujiwara Tetsuya and the other 2 headed towards the distant forest without stopping. With the scroll given by Uzumaki Heiji, they no longer have to worry about fighting for the scroll. What he needed to do now was to find a hidden place as soon as possible and restore his own chakra as soon as possible. Wait until tomorrow and rush to the finish line. At the end of the number 37 training ground, a building more than 10 meters high was erected at some point. At this moment, there are a large number of Konoha Anbu and Chunin appearing around the building. Continuously report what happens in the training ground to Orochimaru as soon as possible. Hehe. Kirigaku really spent a lot of money this time. However, compared to Dead Bone Pulse and Ice Release, I am more interested in that brat called Fujiwara Tetsuya. Chidori. What a nice name. To be able to develop A-level ninjutsu at this age, you must have great talent. Listen to the report from a certain Chunin below. Orochimaru's pupils shrank slightly, as if he recalled the memory of Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto's first battle. The slender tongue inadvertently passed between the lips. Go tell the 3rd generation about this. Also, send a team to protect the Uzumaki clan and get them out of the training grounds safely. Hi. At this moment, Fujiwara Tetsuya, who was sleeping soundly in the cave, was unaware that Orochimaru had sent someone to inform Sarutobi Hiruzen about his development of Chidori. The second night was probably much quieter than the first. After a night of practice, Fujiwara Tetsuya's chakra has been mostly restored, and his complexion has also improved a lot. Tetsuya. Let's go. It's time for us to get to the finish line. Dozens of seconds later, 3 figures rushed forward quickly. While rushing to the finish line, Fujiwara Tetsuya and his 2 companions ran into Hoshomi Nobuyuki and another Kirigakuer team again. However, because there were many teams lurking around intending to take advantage, both sides restrained themselves. With a cold snort, he quickly distanced himself from her. It was almost afternoon when Fujiwara Tetsuya, Uchiha Mikoto, and a Barame wooden golem defeated a short-sighted team and reached the finish line. There are quite a few teams that have qualified early. Tetsuya. Scanning the situation in the field, Fujiwara Tetsuya and the other 2 followed the sound and walked in the direction where the Konoha genin were gathering. Tetsuya. I didn't expect you guys to be here early too. How was it? It was a safe journey, wasn't it? At this moment, the one hugging Fujiwara Tetsuya's neck is an old-fashioned Senju man named Senju Xingdu. Although he has a carefree personality, he also has a silly side. But the first-hand water style definitely has the style of second generation. Even Fujiwara Tetsuya had to bow his head. Xingdu. Even you can come here, so our arrival here is just a matter of sprinkling water. Such a thing as bragging. Fujiwara Tetsuya couldn't be more familiar. After slapping Senju Isito's hand away, Fujiwara Tetsuya leaned next to Uchiha Mikoto, looking quite superior. After Uchiha Mikoto advanced to double Megatama, the combat capability of Team 13 was greatly improved. Senju. Haiga. What are Inoshika CH doing? It may not be impossible to push it hard. Ha ha ha. No. I can't stand it. Tetsuya. You're so cute. Senju Saidu. If you dare to touch my hair again, I will fight you. After meeting those subtle gazes around him, Fujiwara Tetsuya immediately understood what these people meant. The whole person became uncomfortable. These bastards. You really treat him as a little boy. Tetsuya. Calm down. Xingdu, he didn't mean it. Right, Xingdu. At the critical moment, a Barame wooden golem stood up again. Holding the ferocious Fujiwara Tetsuya in both hands, he looked like he had a headache. I don't know why height and age, these meaningless things, have become taboos in Fujiwara. Tetsuya. Chapter 28. Okay. Tetsuya, I was wrong. I shouldn't have laughed. Ha ha ha. I'm sorry, I just couldn't help it. Seeing Senju Xingda's thick-skinned appearance, a bare-may wooden golem lowered his head silently. As for Senju Xingda's teammates, they also kept a distance from him tacitly. This dull guy. When can we let them relax? Xingdu. I'm going to kill you, UBD. If you have the guts, challenge me to a duel between men. After catching a glimpse of Uchiha Mikoto's upturned mouth, the anger in Fujiwara Tetsuya's heart grew stronger and stronger. As a man, how could he lose face in front of a girl? All right. Tetsuya, don't be angry. To express my apology, I am willing to reveal some information as compensation. Isn't that sincere enough? After more than 10 seconds, Senju Xingda seemed to have laughed enough. He stretched out his chest and leaned his head forward. Tetsuya. Do you see the genin from Cloud Shinobi Village over there? Senju Sito's voice successfully diverted Fujiwara Tetsuya's attention. Strictly speaking, it's not about how Senju's stars are. It was Fujiwara Tetsuya who saw a few familiar faces among the figures not far away. Although there are significant differences, compared with the face 20 or 30 years later, it is already 70% similar. The third Raikage's son. Alas! Tsunagakure's magnet-style genius, Raza. Son of the third Tsuchikage, the absolute genius of Iwagakure, Yellow Earth. Hey! Tetsuya. You know them. These three guys are too strong. They all have a record of defeating or repelling two teams alone. Because Fujiwara Tetsuya was standing at the forefront, Senju Xingdu, Uchiha Mikoto, and others did not see the ugly expression of Fujiwara Tetsuya. These people. How could he not be familiar with it? The future fourth Raikage. Fourth Kazekage. There is also Huang too, although he didn't sit on the throne of Tsuchikage. But this man definitely has the strength comparable to Tsuchikage in the later stages. This year's Chunin exam. It's really a gathering of heroes. I don't know how long it took, but after Fujiwara Tetsuya suppressed the uneasiness in his heart, he suddenly became filled with a fanatical desire to fight. If only I could have a fight with these guys. Yo! Good-natured host. Congratulations, you finally have the mentality to become a strong person. The system has detected the host's unyielding fighting spirit, and a temporary mission has been triggered. 1. The top 5 in the individual battle of the Chunin exam will be rewarded with a B-level ninjutsu, limited to lightning and water attributes, and a killing value of 500. 2. The top 3 in the individual battle of the Chunin exam will be rewarded with an A-level ninjutsu, limited to lightning and water attributes, and a killing value of 1000. 3. First place in the individual battle of the Chunin exam, reward, 1 S-level ninjutsu, limited to lightning and water attributes, kill value 2000. Ding! Extra mission released. Defeat AI. Luasha. Huangtu in individual battles. For each person defeated, the kill value increases by 1000. Hearing the voice in his mind, Fujiwara Tetsuya's expression froze, and his eyes became more and more profound as he looked towards AI, Luasha, and Huangtu. According to the system's previous nature, this time it is definitely a big hemorrhage. Not only are there thousands of kill points, but even S-level ninjutsu has come out. This was undoubtedly meant to lure him all the way to the top of Chunin's ranking. Tetsuya. Tetsuya. Mind your business. Looking at the motionless figure of Fujiwara Tetsuya, a bare-may wooden golem finally noticed something strange. He quickly walked to Fujiwara Tetsuya's side and waved his hand in front of Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes several times. I'm fine. Wooden golem. Tetsuya, what's wrong? You said I can defeat those monsters. Although Fujiwara Tetsuya's voice is full of insecurity, but a bare-may wooden golem also felt Fujiwara Tetsuya's inner restlessness from Fujiwara Tetsuya's expectant eyes. Tetsuya. Finally, have you also raised your fighting spirit? Tetsuya. You are the most talented ninja I have ever seen. Barely one. If it's you, you can definitely defeat them. That's right. I can do it, I definitely can do it. Thank you, wooden golem. I will definitely defeat them and take first place in the Chunin exam. After his self-hypnosis, Fujiwara Tetsuya turned and walked towards a pillar nearby. Leaning against the pillar, refining chakra on his own. As for a bare-may wooden golem, Uchiha Mikoto and Senju Saidu, they were still standing there, looking confused. First place in the Chunin exam. What the hell is that? Could it be my encouragement that gave Tetsuya the motivation? Touching chin. A Barame wooden golem was in a state of self-doubt. First. Little devil. The honor of being first will only belong to my Uchiha clan. After glancing at Fujiwara Tetsuya, Uchiha Mikoto also came not far from Fujiwara Tetsuya and restored chakra as much as possible. In her opinion, Fujiwara Tetsuya, which developed Chidori, definitely has the strength to be in the first echelon. If the third exam is an individual battle, Fujiwara Tetsuya is definitely a strong opponent. As night falls, the team that obtained the scroll arrived at the building after numerous interceptions. As for the losers, they were immediately eliminated by the scattered Anbu and ninjas. Congratulations to all the new rookies on passing the second exam and qualifying for the Chunin selection preliminaries. I don't know when. Orochimaru and several Anbu appeared on the platform in the center of the hall. Their hoarse voices, like a raging group of snakes, made the genins around them secretly concentrate their minds. Lord Orochimaru. I don't know what we should do next. As the direct disciple of the third Hokage, he is a powerful elite genin of Konoha. Needless to say, Orochimaru holds a special place in the hearts of Konoha shinobi. Even Senju Seto showed enough respect when facing Orochimaru. I'm only the examiner for the second round. What happens next is the responsibility of the examiner for the third round. Before that, you should practice well in this hall. Tomorrow morning, the examiner of the third exam will come here and tell you about the third exam. Well, everyone. Good night. What a bad taste. Watching Orochimaru disappear, Fujiwara Tetsuya slowly closed his eyes. I don't know who will be the examiner for the third exam. Jiraiya. Or Tsunade. However, compared to Orochimaru, these two are obviously not reliable guys. Konoha, Hokage's office. After leaving the 37th training ground, Orochimaru went directly to the Hokage's office. Hey. Okay Orochimaru, I know about the second exam. Thank you for your hard work. Although there were a lot of casualties, there were some good seedlings after all. Covering the crystal ball on the table, Sarutobi Hiruzen picked up his pipe and took 2 puffs to calm himself. 1, 2, 3. None of his 3 disciples are worry-free. Never knew to knock on the door. Chapter 29. Well then, Sarutobi-sensei. Since there's nothing else to do, I'll take my leave now. For the hobby of my own teacher. Orochimaru naturally clears the door. However, in his opinion, this behavior was a bit vulgar. But it's not unacceptable. The third generation has worked hard for Konoha for more than a decade, so shouldn't they be able to enjoy themselves? Sighing secretly, Orochimaru nodded towards Sarutobi Hiruzen and was about to turn around and leave. Cough. Orochimaru. You won't be able to rest for a short while. I have another task for you. If Fujiwara Tetsuya were here, he would subconsciously shudder the moment he saw Sarutobi Hiruzen's kind face. The heroic ninja before my eyes. It's a scam again. Oh. I wonder what the mission is. Today's Orochimaru obviously has never experienced the beatings of society. The moment he turned around, he sat down in front of Sarutobi Hiruzen again. Hat. It's like this, Tsunade went to Master Mito's place these days. So the next thing about the Chunin exam will need you to take care of it. Holding the pipe, Sarutobi had a somewhat embarrassed look on his face. Even he didn't expect this to happen. Who would have thought that Tsunade would stand him up at the crucial moment of the Chunin selection? Thinking about Tsunade's stubborn personality, Sarutobi Hiruzen could only shake his head. Instead of hoping that Tsunade would change his mind at this point, he might as well believe that elephants can climb trees. Jiraiya. Orochimaru didn't refuse directly. But the expression on his face seemed to express something. This kind of thing of playing house with children. He doesn't like it. Jiraiya, he received a mission today and went to the Whirlpool country. I'm afraid he won't be back in the short term. Tapping his pipe, Sarutobi Hiruzen felt somewhat guilty. Okay. I got it. Leave the rest of the Chunin exam to me. The moment he accepted the task, Orochimaru had already figured out how to find something for Tsunade and Jiraiya to do. Work. It is impossible to work for white hits. The next morning, at exercise field number 37. When Fujiwara Tetsuya saw Orochimaru again, he was a little confused. Didn't this person say goodbye to them yesterday? Gentlemen. We meet again. Due to the temporary changes, I will still be the chief examiner for the Chunin pre-selection. Sensing the concentrated gazes around him, Orochimaru's aura gradually grew heavier. This action instantly calmed down the surrounding genins. The strong are always worthy of respect. The rules for the Chunin preliminary selection, or the third exam, are simple. There are a total of 20 teams that have passed the second exam, which means there are still 60 people left. The next exam will be conducted in a one-on-one format. You can participate in the official trials for the Chunin exams as long as you pass 2 rounds. Master Orochimaru. Excuse me, how can we identify our opponents? The one who spoke was still Senju Xingdu. This thick-skinned guy was undoubtedly getting excited again. It will be decided by a draw. I have already made preparations for this. After you draw lots, you will fight in the order written on the lot. Well, let's get started. The moment Orochimaru waved, an Anbu appeared beside Orochimaru holding a wooden box. Staring at the wooden box in Anbu's hand, the genins around him hesitated for a moment before moving forward. Tetsuya, how's it going? Who's your opponent? Oh. I'm lucky. He's from Kyuzagoku. So, Wooden Golem, Mikoto, who are your opponents? Holding the note in his hand, Fujiwara Tetsuya's gaze slowly fell on Uchiha Mikoto and Aberame Wooden Golem. From Kyuzagoku. What a lucky guy. My opponent is from Tsunagoku, and as for Mikoto, she ran into someone from the Hyuga clan. The Hyuga clan. The moment he turned his head, Fujiwara Tetsuya was slightly stunned. This battle between the two eyes is bound to attract a lot of attention. It's just a bit of a pity. If you could set up a betting pool or something, you could definitely make a small profit. The Hyuga clan is nothing special. I will finish him off in 3 minutes. It seems that he noticed Fujiwara Tetsuya's mentality of watching the fun. A hint of displeasure flashed across Uchiha Mikoto's delicate face. With a cold snort, he turned around and left Fujiwara Tetsuya with a graceful back. Mikoto. Believe me, I really don't mean anything else. In Fujiwara Tetsuya's plea for mercy. The third round, the Chunin pre-selection officially begins. The first half of the battle was a bit boring. The first to be eliminated are the genin outside the 5 major nations such as Kyuzagoku, Takigaku, and Rain Shinobi Village. Perhaps, these people are geniuses rarely seen in their respective ninja villages in several years or even dozens of years. But on the stage of the ninja world, they are too fragile. Come on Mikoto. Kill the Hyuga guys. After Aberame Wooden Golem got their first win, it was Uchiha Mikoto's turn to play. Uchiha or Hyuga? Interesting. Not only the many servants in the hall, but even Orochimaru couldn't help but lick his lips and set his eyes on Uchiha Mikoto and Hyuga Kawanin. Although he is not from the main family of Hyuga, Hyuga Kawanin can also be considered a genius of the Hyuga branch house. Qualified, representing Hyuga. Uchiha Mikoto. I've heard of you. The genius girl from the Uchiha clan who opened the Sharingan at the age of 12. But I won't lose to you. I will prove it to the world. The Byakugan of the Hyuga is in no way inferior to the Sharingan of the Uchiha clan. On the fighting stage, Hyuga Kawanin looked solemn. Obviously, he is another severe case of Chiyunibho. The so-called family honor is placed on the same level as one's own life. Strength and weakness cannot be expressed with words. You want to prove that the Byakugan is stronger than the Sharingan. You're not good enough. Uchiha Mikoto's coolness. It will always be unforgettable. The moment Hyuga Kawanin opened his eyes, the scarlet color appeared in front of everyone. Double Megatama. When? Not to mention people like Senju Xingdu, even the members of the Uchiha clan showed a look of astonishment at this moment. 13-year-old double Megatama. Needless to say, what this means. 2-tomo Sharingan. It seems that this Chunin exam is more interesting than I thought. Not far away, Ai, Luasha and Huangtu, geniuses from the 5 major countries, looked excited. There is an urge to try it out. Team 13. What an interesting combination. Fujiwara Tetsuya, who developed A-rank lightning style before he was 8. The 13-year-old double Megatama. And the little brat of the Aberame clan. It's really exciting. Winnie and laughing. Orochimaru's eyes passed over Uchiha Mikoto, Fujiwara Tetsuya, and Aberame Wooden Golem. There seemed to be some special meaning in his eyes. Chapter 30. Double Megatama. Even if I have 2 Megatama, I won't lose. Gentle fist method, 8 trigrams 24 palms. Looking at the Sharingan that looked straight into people's hearts, Hyuga Kawanin took the lead. The sharp wind from the palm whistled past Uchiha Mikoto's black hair. Gentle fist. 8 trigrams 32 palms. The Hyuga clan's gentle fist technique is really good. But, you're too slow. In these eyes, all your actions are flawed. He dodged Hyuga Kawanen's fatal blow by moving sideways. Uchiha Mikoto kicked sideways, turned 2 graceful arcs in the air, and landed steadily on the ground. Arrogant. Gentle fist law. Too slow. Fire style. Great fireball technique. Fire style. Phoenix fire technique. Fire style, firebomb. All fear comes from insufficient firepower. Under the inculcation of Fujiwara Tetsuya's theory that the truth is only within the coverage of firepower, Uchiha Mikoto's fighting style has become more and more direct and simple. The scorching flames covered Hyuga Kawanen's vision. Looking at the fire style ninjutsu that was coming towards him, Hyuga Kawanen's face turned pale. How much chakra does one have to be able to squander like this? The fire style ninjutsu that Mikoto has mastered is still a little weak. If the entire playing field could be covered, Hyuga Kawanen would probably have been defeated by now. Below, Fujiwara Tetsuya looked at Hyuga Kawanen's flashing figure with a hint of sigh in his tone. Gurgle. Tetsuya. Stop making sarcastic remarks, UBD. Mikoto has been led astray by you. Apparently, a Aberame wooden golem was frightened by Uchiha Mikoto's fierce fighting style. Looking at the spreading flames, the boy from the Aberame clan has already started calculating how many insects he needs to fill in. Only then can he survive the continuous attacks here. A hole. Gentle fist. 8 trigrams 64 palms. Although Hyuga Kaido's fierce palm power dispersed the flames in front of him, he also suffered considerable damage under Uchiha Mikoto's continuous attacks. There is no place in the pure white kimono. Didn't Hyuga Kaido learn the Hyuga clan's revolving heaven? 64 palms. This is probably Hyuga Kawanen's limit. Thinking of this, Fujiwara Tetsuya's tone was somewhat regretful. Tetsuya. What are you thinking about? Revolving heaven, that's a secret technique that only the Hyuga family can master. How can it be that easy for people in the branch house to learn revolving heaven? If Hyuga Kawanen can only do this much, this battle should come to an end. As if to confirm Fujiwara Tetsuya's judgment, Uchiha Mikoto quickly formed seals with both hands as he approached Hyuga River Jintoku. A huge fireball instantly covered Hyuga Kawanen. The winner is Uchiha Mikoto. After exhausting his chakra, Hyuga Kawanen simply fainted. But in Fujiwara Tetsuya's opinion, this genius from the Hyuga clan seemed to be pretending to be dizzy at the moment. After all, the current scene is really embarrassing. Hyuga Kawanen actually lost. As expected, the Sharingan is better than the Byakugan. Listening to the chaotic sounds in his ears, Fujiwara Tetsuya came to the stage in an instant. It's that little devil. Not far away, Hojiki Shin and the other two were staring at Fujiwara Tetsuya, with a feeling that it was deeply engraved in their minds. What a fast body flicker technique! At this age, can you already do this? Fujiwara Tetsuya's deliberate action immediately attracted the attention of everyone present. Including Orochimaru, they also looked over with interest. The Kyuzagoku ninja. They shouldn't be able to test the capabilities of this brat. Looking at the Kyuzagoku genin village not far away, Orochimaru seemed to have seen the end. Tetsuya Fujiwara. Kyuzanin village, Fujiyama Uchi. The moment he lowered his head, dozens of shurikens shot towards Fujiwara Tetsuya like falling rain. At the same time, Fujiyama Uzhung quickly moved forward. There is no doubt that he was trying to seize the initiative. It's really thrilling. Water style. Water prison technique. Return. Looking at the oncoming shurikens, Fujiwara Tetsuya was not panicked at all. He stretched out his hand and a huge water ball blocked dozens of shurikens. Is this the water prison technique? With some doubts, Fujiyama Uchi held the kunao in his right hand and quickly paddled towards the water ball. It seems that he is trying to confirm the defensive strength of the water ball. How stupid! Didn't your teacher teach you that when you encounter a ninjutsu you've never seen before, the first thing you should do is to quickly distance yourself from it? At the moment of laughing, the water curtain around Fujiwara Tetsuya suddenly turned into small streams of water, sweeping Fujiyama Uchi in. My water dungeon technique is quite different from ordinary water dungeon techniques. How is it? How does the water prison technique feel? It's not pleasant to feel gradually suffocated, right? As the chakra in Fujiwara Tetsuya's right hand continued to flow in, the water ball surrounding Fujiyama Yuzuo became larger and larger. The space for Fujiyama Yusheng's activities is constantly being squeezed. Oh right. I forgot you can't talk right now. How about this? If you are willing to admit defeat, just nod your head 3 times. Otherwise, I'll assume that you still want to continue fighting. Has Tetsuya's water prison technique been perfected to this extent? As expected of Tetsuya. Not far away, a Barame wooden golem looked at Fujiwara Tetsuya's relaxed look and couldn't help but admire him. His companion's talent in ninjutsu was truly immense. What's so amazing about this? If I want to, I can do it too. At the moment of the delicate hum, the 2 Megatama in Uchiha Mikoto's eyes were spinning rapidly, and in just a dozen seconds, the water prison technique return was copied. Cough. Mikoto, admit it. Tetsuya is indeed better than you in ninja talent. The straight Abarame wooden golem obviously doesn't have the active mind of Fujiwara Tetsuya. With a sincere face, he sprinkled a handful of sea salt on Uchiha Mikoto's heart. The battle between Fujiwara Tetsuya and Fujiyama Yushou is over. Although Fujiyama Orizuo nodded more than 10 times in succession, under the influence of the system, Fujiwara Tetsuya made Fujiyama Orizuo unconscious out of fun, and then removed the water prison technique. Tetsuya. Good job. I knew you would win. In midair, 2 palms crossed, and a pleasant sound rang in everyone's ears. Looking at the Abarame wooden golem that came with a bear hug, Fujiwara Tetsuya did not refuse. Such a thing as bond. If you are used to it, it is also a good choice. Mikoto. Even if you don't give me a hug, at least say something encouraging. Little devil. Don't be so wishful thinking. There's nothing to be proud of after beating a genin from Kyuzagakuer. Facing the smug Fujiwara Tetsuya, Uchiha Mikoto sniffed and showed Fujiwara Tetsuya his side. Profile. Chapter 31. The first round of competition came to an end before nightfall. In the subsequent battles, the performance was the most outstanding. It is undoubtedly the one from the Luasha, Ai, Huangtu, and Shui clan. Hojiki Shin. This genius from the Ghost Lantern clan unfortunately met Ai. He was beaten into a puddle of water by Ai. With a look of horror on his face, he chose to give in. Among the 30 people who were lucky enough to enter the second round, Cloud Shinobi Village, Tsunagakuer and Kirigakuer each had 3, Tsushiakure and Rain Shinobi Village each had 2, Takigakuer had 1, and the remaining 16 places were all taken up by Konoha's genin. Although some of them have some luck involved. But it also proves the potential of Konoha's new generation. Under the moonlight, Fujiwara Tetsuya was half lying on a thick tree branch. They stayed here at the training ground tonight. I want to talk to Orochimaru about human rights or something. It is undoubtedly too childish. System boss. Bring up the attribute panel. Allocate 108 kill points to strength, and the rest to Chidori. After seeing the battle between Ai, Luasha, and Huangtu, it is impossible for Fujiwara Tetsuya to say that he has no pressure. Compared to Ai, Luasha, Lois, he suffers a great loss because of his age. If I really meet the 3 of them, if you want to win, you will definitely be caught in an unimaginable hard battle. What we need to do now is to transform all the killing points that can be mobilized into real strength. Ding! Killing value distribution is successful. Congratulations to the host for reaching Shinin. Reward killing value 300. Ding! Lightning style. Chidori advanced proficiency. Host Fujiwara Tetsuya strength, Shinin, 1/5000, bloodline, Nun Ninjutsu, Konoha Kenjutsu, 26/1000 intermediate, A, lightning style. Chidori, 36/3000 advanced, A, water style. Water dragon bomb technique, 210/500 intermediate, B, lightning style. Thunder beast chasing fang, 100/500 advanced, C, water style. Water clone technique, 23/500 advanced, C, water style. Water prison technique, 65/500 advanced, C, body flicker technique, intermediate, D, 3 body technique, advanced, E kill value 300. Really? The amount of killing points required to improve proficiency in A-level ninjutsu is higher than you can imagine. Look at the updated panel. Fujiwara Tetsuya has a slight headache. Want to quickly increase the killing value and improve personal strength. Still have to do the tasks like crazy. Otherwise, I'm afraid he will have to clear out all the beasts around Konoha to accumulate enough kill points to upgrade his ninjutsu and advance to elite chunin. The rising sun, as usual, crossed the distant horizon and shone above Fujiwara Tetsuya. At the call of the Aberame wooden golem, Fujiwara Tetsuya, Aberame wooden golem, and Uchiha Mikoto walked slowly towards the hall. The second round of the chunin preliminary selection is from 30 to 15. However, due to the proportion problem, one person will be randomly selected from the 15 losers to make up a total of 16 people to participate in the final selection. Tetsuya, how's your opponent for this round? The moment Fujiwara Tetsuya walked down the platform holding the note, Aberame wooden golem walked over with a frustrated look on his face. Obviously, the opponent in this duel is a very strong guy. Confirmed. My opponent in this match is the son of the third Hokage of Iwagakuer, Yellow Earth. Spread out the paper in your hand. Fujiwara Tetsuya was not nervous at all. Rather, I am looking forward to the collision between him and the lowest. Fight against the strong. It will allow people to continue to grow. Bullying or something. He can no longer find that kind of pleasant pleasure. What? You actually ran into that guy? Tetsuya. I may not make it through this game. You must do your best. We must win and successfully advance to the official trials. Wooden golem. Cutting before the fight is not your style. By the way, who is your opponent? On the side, Uchiha Mikoto came over after hearing this. However, looking at the girl's indifferent expression, it was clear that she had a clear chance of winning the second round. My opponent? It's that guy from Sunagakuer. Sunagakuer. Wait, you don't mean that monster Raza? Seeing Aberame wooden golem nod, Fujiwara Tetsuya's mouth twitched fiercely twice. On ninja talent. On strength. Aberame wooden golem is not weak. But, his compatibility with Luosha is too bad. Even if you stand still, the diffuse gold sand can block all insect attacks. Wooden golem. Come on. Believe in yourself. Pat your companion on the shoulder. Fujiwara Tetsuya also didn't know how to comfort Aberame wooden golem. He could only offer a few dry words of comfort and look elsewhere. As expected, Aberame wooden golem is defeated. Before he could even force Luosha to reveal his trump card, he was forced out of the field by the pervasive golden spears. He became the first member of Team 13 to be eliminated. Tetsuya, Mikoto. I'm sorry. I still can't beat that guy. The rest is up to you guys. Don't worry. Wooden golem, I won't lose. Looking at the yellow earth on the high platform, Fujiwara Tetsuya walked up without any hesitation. Lois. Fujiwara Tetsuya. The moment their eyes met, the two figures quickly collided with each other. The violent waves instantly swept across the entire fighting arena. Konoha-style sword technique, falling. Earth-style. Earth shore return as expected of a man who controls the earth. He's really good at using the earth style. Looking at the broken stone wall in front of me, Fujiwara Tetsuya casually placed the small sword at his feet. Ox monkey rabbit rat pig rooster. Hey, hey, hey. Mikoto, is Tetsuya going to use that jutsu here? Looking at the familiar Indian pattern in Fujiwara Tetsuya's hand, Aberame wooden golem's face almost turned green. Water style. Water dragon bomb technique. Under the horrified gazes of the crowd, a water dragon over 10 meters long coiled around Fujiwara Tetsuya, and with a hissing sound, it rushed straight towards the lowest with infinite power. You have mastered this technique at such a young age. Scary guy. Earth style. Earth stone dragon. At the moment when the water dragon was about to touch the lowest, a huge earth dragon broke through the ground and collided with the water dragon. Boom. The huge roar continued to echo in everyone's ears. It lasted for a full 10 seconds before the water dragon exploded with a wailing sound, turning into countless tiny streams of water that flowed down the platform. And the earth dragon made of Lois. It seemed that it had exhausted all its strength in the collision and turned into rubble and fell onto the platform. S-rank Ninjutsu. And it's so easy. Fujiwara Tetsuya. Yellow Earth. What two terrifying guys. Water Dragon Bomb and Earth Dragon Bomb? They should be able to block 2 or 3 of my punches. Not far away, AI clenched his fists tightly, and seemed to be showing some interest. If only I could run wild and eat the yellow earth. The third Hokage's expression must be quite interesting. I just don't know if I have this opportunity. Chapter 32. Fight. On the fighting stage, Two figures kept colliding, and every collision was bound to cause quite a noise. Fortunately, Fujiwara Tetsuya's physical skills have made great progress under the dedicated guidance of Ui Shingo. So that he wouldn't be at a disadvantage in the physical battle with Huang Tuesday. This little brat from Konoha is really scary. If he hadn't died young, he would have been a formidable enemy standing in front of me, Tsunagakuer, in the future. The moment he lowered his head, Luo Xie had already developed some murderous intentions towards Fujiwara Tetsuya. Tsunagakuer, no, it should be said the land of wind, it's so bitter. If we want to develop, we have no choice but to invade the land of the Fire Nation. Konoha, without a doubt, is the chasm they must overcome. Earth-style to long gun. The moment Fujiwara Tetsuya took off into the air, countless sharp conical rocks suddenly rose above the ground. If Fujiwara Tetsuya had not been vigilant and took advantage of the momentum to leap high into the air, he would have been pierced through by Huang Tu's sudden attack. B-rank offensive ninjutsu. It's really spectacular. After several steps, Fujiwara Tetsuya landed on a relatively flat conical rock with a look of envy in his eyes. This is the benefit of having someone above you. With Onaki's personal instruction, Huang Tu has no shortage of resources for all kinds of ninjutsu. As long as one has enough talent, improving one's attainments in ninjutsu is as easy as drinking water. But without the support of the system. Now, at most, I can only master a few sea-level ninjutsu. Cowardly little brat, is all you can do about it is run away. How sad. Are all Konoha's ninjas like you? The Fist of Lois. He should be the most powerful genin that Fujiwara Tetsuya has ever fought, no doubt about it. Weighing my own fragile little body. There is no such thing as a bloody fight. Hey! I didn't expect that a silly guy like you would actually use provocation. A battle between ninjas. What matters is the result. Is the process important? Lightning style. Thunder beast chasing Fang. What a fine chakra control technique. This thunder wolf is so lifelike. I just don't know how powerful this lightning style is. Seeing the thunder wolf appear in front of Fujiwara Tetsuya, the spectators also became interested. This kind of exquisite lightning style is rare. Another newly developed ninjutsu? Fujiwara Tetsuya, what an interesting kid. Chidori. Water prison technique. Return. Plus the thunder beast's Wifang in front of him. Tetsuya-kun. I'm really looking forward to what surprises you can bring me. When everyone's attention was drawn to Fujiwara Tetsuya, Orochimaru laughed strangely and his pupils became brighter and brighter. Huang Tu, be careful. My thunder beast chasing Fang move is not so easy to dodge. As the chakra in Fujiwara Tetsuya's hands continues to be injected, the thunder wolf in front of him seemed to have life, roaring and rushing towards the Lois. Is this jutsu a manipulation type? You can actually keep chasing the enemy. Looking at the yellow earth dodging around being chased by the thunder wolf in the field, many genins' expressions froze, and their eyes gradually became more fearful when they looked at Fujiwara Tetsuya. No. Thunder beast chasing Fang does not belong to the manipulation type of ninjutsu. This jutsu probably involves the lightning attribute chakra nature transformation, which is why it has the ability to automatically lock onto the enemy. As an expert in playing with minds, among many genins, AI's vision is beyond the reach of ordinary people. After a little contemplation, he saw through the true nature of the thunder beast's Wiya. Chakra nature transformation. AI, you are kidding me. Even many Jainin in my cloud shinobi village can't master the lightning attribute chakra nature transformation, let alone a brat like this. How could he do it? Yes. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it. But this is the truth. This kid called Fujiwara Tetsuya. He is definitely a rare genius in decades. He has the potential to become a cage-level warrior. At this moment, AI's interest in the Lois seemed to have weakened a lot, and all his attention was focused on Fujiwara Tetsuya. As a Grandmaster Lightning-style ninja, it would be a very pleasurable experience for him to fight against a ninja who was also good at lightning style. AI. Even if you make a lot of sense, I still can't believe that this kid has the qualifications to become a cage-level warrior. Chakra nature transformation. Tetsuya, you actually went this far. Not far away, Uchiha Mikoto and Aberame wooden golem's gazes also relaxed. Of course, they are familiar with the thunder beast's Wifang. In past missions, Fujiwara Tetsuya had used it at least 10 times in front of them. But they just thought that this was just a relatively complicated sea-level ninjutsu. Who would have thought that it would involve chakra nature transformation? Earth Style, Earth Wall. At the critical moment, Huangta successfully stopped the Thunder Beast's Zuya. But even so, the raging thunder still left countless uneven marks on the thick earth wall. What a terrifying power! It should be close to the level of S-rank Ninjutsu. Earth-style rock cannon technique. Under the cover of dust, more than a dozen tiny stones shot out from the lowest mouth, gradually turning into half-human-sized stones in midair and smashing towards Fujiwara Tetsuya. Iwaditsu no Cannon. Looking at the densely packed 10 stones in front of him, Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes darkened and he quickly retreated. Water-style. Water prison technique. Return. I knew you would use the water prison technique. Finally I caught you. The moment Fujiwara Tetsuya blocked the stone, Huangtu took advantage of the stone's cover and quickly rushed in front of Fujiwara Tetsuya, changing the complicated seals in his hands quickly. Earth-style barrier, Dojodo. The heavy stones formed a huge semicircle with Fujiwara Tetsuya as the center, stretching for several meters and trapping Fujiwara Tetsuya inside. Fujiwara Tetsuya. I recognize your ability. You do have the potential to surpass me. But that is in the future, not now. Our battle today is over. You should just admit defeat. Dorokudo Musoku. Earth-style barrier ninjutsu. It has the property of being unbreakable. Unless my chakra runs out. Otherwise, no matter how you damage the surrounding stones, I can repair them in the first place. Outside the earthen dungeon, evenly distributed chakra was continuously injected into the earthen dungeon along the Lois's arm, making the dungeon more and more solid. Looking at the scene inside the venue, many people have already set their sights on Huangtu. Obviously, in their opinion, this wonderful battle has come to an end. Tetsuya. While muttering to themselves, Uchiha Mikoto and a Barame wooden golem showed some worry in their eyes. It is also uncertain whether Fujiwara Tetsuya can break free from Dorokidomu's restraints. Chapter 33. A barrier-type ninjutsu? This is the first time I've seen it. I just don't know if Dorokudo Munchi can block Chidori's thrust. Looking at the marks left by the Kodaki on the dungeon, Fujiwara Tetsuya's mouth curled up slightly. A chuckle, without any hesitation. In an instant, the cries of countless phoenixes rang out between his hands. Lightning-style Chidori. As Chidori's proficiency reaches a high level, the power it exudes becomes more terrifying. What's that sound? It's so harsh. Listening to the growing roar, everyone's attention was focused on the dungeon. Boom! Amid the deafening sound of the explosion, Fujiwara Tetsuya took advantage of the momentum of the gravel and quickly rushed towards the Lois with Chidori in hand. Yellow Earth. It's over. The diffuse lightning obscured the vision. Taking advantage of the gap when Huangta dodged, the powerful electric current hit Huangta's chest directly. Cough. At the last moment. Although Fujiwara Tetsuya has stopped. However, the power of A-level lightning-style ninjutsu is not something that ordinary people can withstand. Looking at the severely damaged yellow earth, Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes moved slightly, and he instantly retracted the lightning in his hand. Cough. I lost this battle. Congratulations, little brat of Konoha. Next time I will definitely beat you. Facing this kid who was 3 or 4 years younger than him, Huangtu felt somewhat unwilling. Before, he had thought that he would face the strong men of the Senju clan, the Uchiha clan, the Hyuga clan. But he never thought that he would be defeated by a little-known ninja from a small clan. Better than me. Nice ambition. I have a feeling that we will meet again in the near future. It's just that my growth rate will far exceed your expectations. If you can't try your best to catch up with me and become stronger. Yellow Earth. The next time you see me, it will be my back. The winner is Fujiwara Tetsuya. Listening to Fujiwara Tetsuya's arrogant words, Huangtu coughed a few times and his face became more and more flushed. Obviously, he was very angry with Fujiwara Tetsuya. Arrogant little devil. Just wait for me. Next time. I will definitely trample you under my feet. Is this Chidori? It's quite powerful. However, it seems to have high requirements on the physical fitness of the caster. A kid who is less than 8 years old can actually do this. The younger generation of Konoha. They are really becoming more and more interesting. After seeing the ninjutsu developed by Fujiwara Tetsuya one after another, Orochimaru's interest in Fujiwara Tetsuya naturally grew stronger. Of course, it is far from the level of slice research. Tetsuya. Great job. Congratulations on making it to the official competition for the Chunin selection. Kid. Good job. Finally you didn't disappoint teacher Xiang's expectations. Facing Fujiwara Tetsuya's gentle gaze, Uchiha Mikoto moved her lips, and although she was as arrogant as ever, she still expressed her congratulations. Mikoto. Don't lose. If possible, I hope to fight with you to the end in the official competition. After 1000 kill points were credited to his account, Fujiwara Tetsuya's spirits became even more excited. Look at the cold girl in front of you. Fujiwara Tetsuya felt that it was becoming more and more pleasing to the eye. The competition of 30 to 15. The time spent is more than half less than yesterday. In the second round of fighting, the difference between the strong and the weak gradually became obvious. After Luasha, Fujiwara Tetsuya, and Huangta successively demonstrated their powerful strength. Such as Ai. Senju Sito. Uchiha Mikoto. The Snow Clan. The ninjas of the Hyuryuaki clan. They also showed their strong fighting power. Sweeping the field, they completely suppressed their opponents in an extremely short time and achieved an overwhelming victory. Congratulations to everyone on winning the second round and successfully getting tickets to participate in the Chunin official trials. Chunin trials start in a week. During this period, you can move freely in Konoha. But there is one thing. You cannot leave Konoha without my permission. Otherwise, it will be considered as giving up the Chunin exam. Well, that's all for today. I hope you all have fun in the coming week. The Chunin preliminary and official selection matches were obviously much milder than the second one. Although there are more than 10 injured genin. But at least they all survived, unlike the forest in the training ground, where dozens of corpses were lying there. Master Orochimaru, you are such a casual person. After Orochimaru left instantly, the Anbu and Chunin Jainin around him also left. In just 1 minute, the only ones left in the huge hall were the genins participating in the second round of fighting. Yes. That's Orochimaru-sama. Hearing a Barame wooden golem's slightly envious voice, Fujiwara Tetsuya couldn't help but echo it. If only he could have the strength and status of Orochimaru. The eating, drinking, and defecation of the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Usuji clans are no longer a headache. In fact, it is only a matter of time to revitalize the three tribes and restore their former strength and glory. Pity. The road is long. He still has a long way to go in his ninja career. After a brief sigh, Fujiwara Tetsuya gradually shifted his attention to genin who entered the top 16. First up is Cloud Shinobi Village. In addition to Ai, there is another genin named Kana, who also made it into the official selection with his sharp lightning style. On the Tsunagakuer side, in addition to Raza, there is also a puppeteer named Fugo who has also qualified. On the Kirigakuer side, besides Kagayasaki and Mizuno Tsukitomo, there is also a young man named Hojumi Muzan. Iwagakuer is a bit miserable. There is only one Lois. That's right. At Orochimaru's nomination, Huang Tu was selected as a substitute and entered the top 16. Even as strong as Orochimaru is, he cannot escape the constraints of the human world. The remaining 8 spots were all taken by Konoha, namely Fujiwara Tetsuya, Uchiha Mikoto, Senju Sito, Uchiha Watano, Hyuga Mamoru, Utane Hishiai, Nara Asanobu, and Senju Hiraki. As for the genins from Takigakuer Village, Rain Shinobi Village, Kusanagi Village, they were all wiped out in the second round of fighting. All ambitions. All aspirations. It can only go so far. Thinking of this, Fujiwara Tetsuya felt the urge to observe a moment of silence for Rain Shinobi Village genin. 9 teams. As a result, not even one made it into the top 16. One can imagine how angry the demigod would be when he finds out. After returning to Rain Shinobi Village, even if these genins don't die, they will at least shed some skin. Tetsuya. Mikoto. It's still early. Why don't we go eat ramen? Start with the second exam. All they eat is rice balls. Rice balls. A Barame wooden golem's initiative immediately aroused Fujiwara Tetsuya's appetite. I can't afford barbecue. Eating a few bowls of ramen to satisfy your cravings is a good choice. Chapter 34. It was almost evening when Fujiwara Tetsuya said goodbye to Uchiha Mikoto and a Barame wooden golem and returned to their tribe. When the children playing in the yard saw Fujiwara Tetsuya, they gathered around him first. Tetsuya Nii. It's Tetsuya Nii who's back. Aiko, Muya, Yuko, have you been behaving well these past few days? Looking at the half-grown figures beside him, Fujiwara Tetsuya smiled long and his eyes almost narrowed into a line. Come here, Tetsuya-san brought you some candy today. 5 candies per person, and you are not allowed to steal them. Stroking the bun of Fujiwara's beloved son, Fujiwara Tetsuya took out a fist-sized package from his arms and handed the candy he bought from the street to an older child. Tetsuya. You're back. Hearing the noise outside the house, Jiro Tanaka, Sachiko Fujiwara, and others came over one after another. There seemed to be some kind of hope in his tired eyes. Uncle Jiro. I'm back. Glancing at the expressions of the crowd, Fujiwara Tetsuya felt somewhat distressed. For the children of the 3 tribes. The adults of the 3 tribes have used up all their energy to survive. Uncle Jiro. I have qualified for the Chunin official trials. Don't worry. I will definitely become a Chunin. Today, Fujiwara Tetsuya has the strength comparable to Chunin. But this kind of strength is obviously not enough to overturn the existing rules. Therefore, he still has to live according to the rules set by the Konoha high-level officials. Become a Konoha Chunin. Take on higher-level tasks and get more generous rewards. This is what he has to do now. Tetsuya. Great job. Fujiwara Tetsuya's answer sounded like a refreshing stream to Tanakajiro and others, washing away all the uneasiness of the past few days. As usual. What a massive Chunin exam. Any Konoha genin who is qualified to participate in the official trials has at least a 70% chance of becoming a Chunin. In other words, as long as Tetsuya can win one more game, he will have a good chance of becoming Chunin. The dinner at Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji was still as simple as ever. 1 night of wild vegetable soup and 2 rice balls. The children of the 3 tribes have already fallen asleep. Fujiwara Tetsuya, on the other hand, chatted with Tanakajiro for a long time by the campfire outside the yard. The next morning, Fujiwara Tetsuya, carrying the scroll he had taken from Tanakajiro, headed to the training ground on the edge of Konoha. Ai. Raza. Senju Saidu. Uchiha Mikoto. And Yellow Earth. Those who can make it to the top 16 are not weaklings. Especially after he exposed Thunder Beast, Chasing Fang, and Chidori during his battle with Yellow Earth. These potential opponents. We will inevitably become more vigilant or find ways to deal with it. It is undoubtedly necessary to add some alternative means before the official selection begins. B-level ninjutsu, water style. Water Fang Bullet. A-level ninjutsu, water style. Water Severing Wave. These 2 ninjutsu are the 2 most powerful water-style ninjutsu among the collections of the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji clans. Especially the latter. If Fujiwara Tetsuya remembers correctly. The water-severing wave, in the hands of 2nd Hokage Senju Tobirama, nearly cut off the roots of the sacred tree. Even when facing those powerful wind styles, it is not inferior. The life of hunting animals is both happy and painful. I don't know if Orochimaru threw all the beasts in the surrounding training grounds to training ground number 37 during the 2nd exam. In the past week, not many beasts have fallen into the hands of Fujiwara Tetsuya. Probably in his early 30s. Including the reward for being promoted to Chunin, plus the kill value gained from defeating Yellow Earth, the value barely made up to 1,700. System Boss. Call up the panel. Host Fujiwara Tetsuya Strength, Chunin, 1/5000. Bloodline, Nun Ninjutsu, Konoha Kenjutsu, 33/1000 Intermediate, A, Lightning Style. Chidori, 42/3000 Advanced, A, Water Style. Water Severing Wave, 1/500 Primary, A, Water Style. Water Dragon Bomb Technique, 217/500 Intermediate, B, Water Style. Water Fang Bullet, 3/200, B, Lightning Style. Thunder Beast Chasing Fang, 105/500 Advanced, C, Water Style. Water Clone Technique, 25/500 Advanced, C, Water Style. Water Prison Technique, 72/500 Advanced, C. Body Flicker Technique, Intermediate, D, 3 Body Technique, Advanced, E. Kill Value, 1,700. After several days of training, his proficiency in Konoha-style swordsmanship, Chidori, Thunder Beast Chasing and many other ninjutsu has improved to a certain extent. But compared with the value required for promotion, it is simply negligible. Fortunately, I was able to successfully get started with water bombs and water severing wave. The original purpose was achieved. System. Deduct 1500 kill points and raise the proficiency of water severing wave to advanced. Also, add all the remaining 200 kill points to the water tooth bullet. Ding! Killing points are distributed. Water style. Water severing wave is upgraded to advanced proficiency. Water style. Water tooth bullet is upgraded to intermediate proficiency. Look at the updated panel. Fujiwara Tetsuya took a deep breath. A week of hard work. The kill value has been reset to 0 again. When the Chunin exam is over, I must make up for all the tasks I lost during this period. The influence of the Chunin examination official selection tournament. It is not comparable to any ordinary competition. In name it was a selection of Chunin, but in reality it was a competition of strength among the major ninja villages. The more geniuses a ninja village produces, the stronger the village is. The stronger the country is. To show the importance of this Chunin exam, the daimyo of the Land of Fire specially sent 3 officials to Konoha. Although there was no special invitation, the Cloud Shinobi Village, Iwagakuer, Tsunagakuer, Kirigakuer, Rain Shinobi Village, Takigakuer and other large and small ninja villages, both openly and secretly, sent powerful ninjas to watch the battle. As for the Fire Country, countless wealthy merchants and nobles rushed to watch the excitement after hearing the news. The best viewing seats in the stadium had been reserved long ago. To increase the viewing experience of the Chunin official selection, the official competition will be held over 3 days according to the competition rules. In the past 2 days, it was 16:8 and 8:4. On the 3rd day, 3 matches will be held to determine the top place in the Chunin exam. Tetsuya. We should go. When the rising morning light breaks through the sky, Yui Shinga, Uchiha Mikoto and a Barame wooden golem appeared at the gates of Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji's clan territory. Teacher Ziyang. Looking at the 3 people in front of him, Fujiwara Tetsuya carried a kodaki on his back, whispered in Tanakajiro's ear, and slowly walked in front of the 3 people. He was the only instructor Jainin who had 2 students enter the official trials for this Chunin exam. You can imagine how beautiful the sunset is. In order to let sunset's true self witness the competition of his disciples, Sarutobi Hiruzen specially gave Sunset Shingo a few days off. Tetsuya and I. Come on. You must win. At some point, the sleepy kids from the 3 tribes poked their heads out, raised their fleshy fists, and kept cheering for Fujiwara. Don't worry. Tetsuya and I, will not only win. And I'll take the title of Chunin's number 1. Facing everyone's gaze, Fujiwara Tetsuya waved his fist without any hesitation and walked towards the arena. Firmly. Chapter 35. Konoha Arena. The place was filled with noise, and countless figures were pouring into the seats in the arena like a tide. As the organizer of the Chunin examination, it is natural that Konoha's top leaders would not attend. After everyone in the venue gradually calmed down, Sarutobi Hiruzen, Mitokado Homura, Yuditen Koharu, Shimura Dans, and the heads of the major and minor ninja clans in Konoha, walked towards their fixed seats one after another. It's Hokage-sama. As one of the strongest in the ninja world today, the man who turned the tide and saved the Fire Nation from peril, Sarutobi Hiruzen's prestige is far beyond others' imagination. Not only the many residents of Konoha, but also the officials sent by the daimyo and the nobles who had gathered, stood up one after another and gestured to Sarutobi Hiruzen. Tetsuya. Mikoto. You two, keep going. Team 13, it's up to you. Hey. Wooden Golem. Just watch. I will be number 1, no matter how strong my opponent is, I will win. Looking at the long passage in the distance, Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto turned and bowed deeply to the setting sun, and at the urging of Chunin beside them, they walked towards the end of the light. What he carried. It is much heavier than what others see. The moment Fujiwara Tetsuya, Uchiha Mikoto, Senju Sito, Ai, and Luo Sha and the other 16 genin stepped into the arena, deafening cheers suddenly erupted from the surrounding stands. It's like thunder ringing in my ears, making me lower my eyes. That's right. This is what I want. Looking at the crazy faces around him, Fujiwara Tetsuya felt that the blood in his body was boiling. It's the passion of a man. It is also a heritage engraved in our bones. Are you all here? Orochimaru, it's time to start. In such an extremely formal occasion, Sarutobi Hiruzen rarely did not hold that antique pipe in his mouth. Looking down at the tiny figures of the 6 paths below, Sarutobi Hiruzen, who is in his prime, is exceptionally calm. Promise. Given Orochimaru's cold personality, he naturally wouldn't deliberately say polite words. In an instant, he arrived at the center of the arena. Everyone, congratulations on participating in the Chunin official trials. Before the game begins, I will briefly explain the rules of the game. Like the preliminaries, the official trials will not restrict your methods. I will not announce the result of the game until one side surrenders or dies in battle. Well then. I will announce the order of the battle next. Group 1, Hyagamaru vs Fugo. Group 2, Fujiwara Tetsuya vs Utaira Hisa. Group 3, Senju Sito vs Mizuno Tsuki Kaion. Group 4, Uchiha Mikoto vs Nara Asanobu. Group 5, AI vs Lois. Group 6, Kana vs Uchiha Watano. Group 7, Senju Hiraki vs Kagayasaki. Group 8, Luosha vs Hojumi Musen. Of course, if anyone objects to the arrangement of the game, they can choose to abstain. Lang Jun's tyranny seemed to be engraved in his bones. Faced with a strong man of Orochimaru's level, who would dare to raise objections in person, even if they had objections? Fujiwara Tetsuya is bold. AI and Lois don't dare either. But the arrangement of this game is quite interesting. In the first battle, genin from two clans of Konoha actually clashed with each other. Moreover, his opponent was actually a genin from the Tenshin clan. If Fujiwara Tetsuya didn't know Orochimaru's arrogance, he would probably believe that this seemingly irregular arrangement was deliberate. As everyone left. In the vast arena, only Orochimaru, Hyagamaru, and Fugo were left. Fujiwara Tetsuya, come with me. At the moment when Hyagamaru and Fugo were fighting, a Konoha genin suddenly appeared behind Fujiwara Tetsuya. I wonder if the senior is. Looking at the ninja in front of him wearing a genin vest and having no special features at all, Fujiwara Tetsuya frowned slightly. The person in front of me is so cold and raw. Is this someone with bad intentions? After hesitating for a few seconds, Fujiwara Tetsuya nodded to Uchiha Mikoto and followed the genin into the distance. Little brat from the Fujiwara clan. I've heard of you before. I called you over this time just to tell you something. In the second group's match, you will lose to Utain Hisai no matter what. In exchange, we, the Ten clan, will arrange for you to be promoted to Chunin within a year. Somewhere in an empty corner of the arena. After making sure that there were no other people around, the genin slowly stopped. The look he gave Fujiwara Tetsuya seemed to be filled with a bit of alms. Oh. So, senior is from the Tsunya clan. Hearing genin's words, Fujiwara Tetsuya's expression turned cold at a speed visible to the naked eye. The rotating sleeping group. It's this troublemaker again. It is not enough to plot against the territories of the three tribes. He actually dared to cheat on such an important matter as the Chunin exam. He's really brave. In a sense, this also shows how indulgent the Japanese site Sarutobi is towards the old woman Udaten Koharu and the Tsutsumi clan. But White Fang just wanted him to lose to Utain Hisoi, he really was treating him like a fool. Senpai. Do you know what the Chunin exam means? You're not only bringing disgrace to the dormitory transfer advisor by doing this. You're also bringing disgrace to the Hokage. I'd like to ask you a question. Does the dormitory consultant know about this? Admit defeat or something? It is not even within Fujiwara Tetsuya's consideration. If you want to get rid of the plight of the three clans, let the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji clans be reborn from the ashes. He must show enough talent to make Sarutobi Hiruzen continue to increase his bets. If all else fails, you can join Danzo and receive his protection. If at this stage, because of the affairs of the Ten clan, his reputation as a genius would be erased and he would lose the attention of Sarutobi Hiruzen, the third Hokage. So, the people of the rotating sleeping clan are bound to become even more unscrupulous. It is not even a question of whether the promise of promotion to Chunin within 1 year will be fulfilled. The three tribes' territories are definitely not going to be preserved. Kid. There's no need for Koharu-sama to ask for this kind of thing. Tatsune Hishii has the potential to become a strong person. I'm doing this only to make Konoha stronger. A brat like you won't understand this kind of truth. Don't think about resisting. You just need to do what I ask. Fujiwara Tetsuya's questioning seemed to have angered this powerful genin. This made the genin's expression even colder. Perhaps. From the perspective of this person, genin is also good. Chunin is fine. To the people who sleep in rotating beds, they are just like ants. I understand what you mean. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll take my leave now. After giving a cold glance to the Genin of the Ten Clan, Fujiwara Tetsuya turned around and left without any hesitation. Really? Wherever there are always saints and troublemakers. Chapter 36. When Fujiwara Tetsuya returned to Uchiha Mikoto's side, the battle between Hyuga Mamoru and Fugo continued. However, facing the Byakugan of the Hyuga clan, Fugo, who is skilled in puppetry, is like a blank sheet of paper, without any secrets at all. Inevitably at a disadvantage. Gentle fist. 8 trigrams 64 palms. The continuous palm techniques, like a sudden rain, continuously hit Fengwu's vital points. In just a dozen seconds, Fengwu's meridians were completely blocked. Without Chakra's support, the two remaining puppets in the field fell to the ground helplessly. Win or lose, strong or weak. It's obvious. I lost. As Fengwu admitted defeat, deafening cheers suddenly rang out from the surrounding stands. Many gorgeous words of praise were attached to the Byakugan and Hyuga Tetsuya. Looking at Fujiwara Tetsuya's departing back, Uchiha Mikoto hesitated for a moment, but still called out to him. What's wrong, Mikoto? This kind of shy attitude is not like you. Fujiwara Tetsuya was naturally aware of the girl's reserve. He waved his hand, turned around and walked into the passage, heading towards the arena. Fujiwara Tetsuya. Turning bedling eye. According to Fujiwara Tetsuya, Teitin Heisei looks about 13 years old, similar to Uchiha Mikoto, with the purple and white tights and smooth skin. The girl in front of him revealed some completely different attributes from Uchiha Mikoto. If I were to talk about her shortcomings, it would be similar to Uchiha Mikoto, with her breasts not being developed to the best of her ability. What a pity. Such a cute girl is actually a member of the rotating sleeping tribe. I'm stuck with a group of greedy elders. Tetsuya. If you are ready, you can start right away. This is probably the closest that Orochimaru and Fujiwara Tetsuya have ever been. Looking at the slight curve at the corner of Lang Jun's mouth, Fujiwara Tetsuya felt a tingling sensation on his scalp. Really? Thinking is one thing. To actually face it is another matter. Facing a legendary figure like Orochimaru, his current confidence is still somewhat insufficient. Yes, Orochimaru-sama. Tenkainan Heisei. Please me to your heart's content. At the moment the seal of opposition fell, the two figures quickly intertwined. As a ninja from the Ten Clan, the education that Utain Hisai received since childhood was far more comprehensive than that of the ninja school. In terms of physical skills and the manipulation of Kunao and Shuriken, he is even slightly stronger than Fujiwara Tetsuya. Want to suppress me with close combat? That's a bit too naive. Konoha-style sword art, splitting void. The moment the scabbard left the scabbard, several sharp sword lights hit the Kunao in Utain Hiseki's hands. It also allowed Fujiwara Tetsuya to get rid of the distance between him and Utain Hise. The Chunin exam will be too boring if we only use taijutsu. The small sword in his hand drew a circle in the air and inserted it horizontally in front of Fujiwara Tetsuya. Perhaps, in the eyes of a powerful ninja, the simpler and more efficient the means, the more eye-catching it will be. But this is not just a battlefield for ninjas to fight. It is also an arena for the wealthy and powerful people of the Land of Fire and the residents of Konoha to watch. The louder the noise, the more attention it attracts. If you want to create momentum, this is the perfect time. Ox monkey rabbit rat pig rooster. Water style. Water dragon bomb technique. The huge water dragon raised its head high while roaring. When Fujiwara Tetsuya put all his efforts into it, the noise he made was far more oppressive than that made by the high tower at training ground number 37. It's a S-rank Ninjutsu, water dragon bomb technique. What a scary brat. How can you master this level of ninjutsu at such a young age? The Fujiwara clan. This generation finally has a genius. There is hope for revival. Fujiwara Tetsuya's plan was successful. The deliberately delayed water dragon bomb attracted countless eyes from all directions. Let the name of Fujiwara appear in Konoha's vision again. Damn it! You little brat from the Fujiwara family. What on earth do you want to do? On a high platform not far away, the Jainin who had just threatened Fujiwara Tetsuya was looking at the situation in the field from a distance. His expression was terrifyingly gloomy. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't figure it out. Why, a little kid of 7 or 8 years old. How dare she go against him and the will of the Tsuchiya clan? Takia. At some point, A majestic figure suddenly appeared beside the Tsutsumi clan. The person coming is definitely not an outsider. It is the true me of the sunset. Sunset is my true self. Facing the cold gaze of the setting sun, Zwankin Takai's expression changed. The true strength of sunset is not weak. The Sunset clan's foundation in Konoha is also very strong. Perhaps it was because of Fujiwara Tetsuya, for when facing this veteran Genin who was famous for his illusions, Takia Utane actually felt a bit of fear. Go back and tell those old guys from the Tsunami clan. Tetsuya is a disciple recognized by my sunset true self. You are not allowed to attack him. Otherwise, even if it costs me my life, I will protect him. Shinga Genin, is it worth it to make things difficult for my Tenshin clan for a brat like this? Takia Tenshin doesn't understand. Fujiwara Tetsuya, although he is a disciple of Sunset True Self. But at best, he was just from a completely fallen small ninja clan. He is even worse than some ninjas who came from civilian backgrounds. As a guiding Genin, a veteran Genin, there are quite a few Genins who have been trained by Sunset's True Self. Why? How could Fujiwara Tetsuya be valued to this extent by Sunset Shinmai? Is it worth it? Of course it's worth it. Takuno Genin, stop saying such stupid things. Otherwise, it will only insult the uniform you are wearing. Glancing at Takiaten, Sunset's true self shook her head. He seemed to have lost the mood to talk to this Genin of the Tsuchiya clan. He sneered and turned away. At the end of the passage ahead, a young man wearing a windbreaker and sunglasses was waiting there quietly. The raging water dragon easily pierced through the earth wall in front of Tsunetsu Ryoi while roaring, forcing the lovely girl to keep running backwards. Fujiwara Tetsuya. UBD. The scattered water had already soaked all of Zwankinling Ii's clothes. Facing Fujiwara Tetsuya's meaningful gaze, Tateen Ryoi seemed to have noticed something. Covering the bulge on the chest, there is a bit more anger. This damn kid. Who is this learnt for? Genin. Now it seems that you are not qualified to please me. This game. It ends here. Water style. Water tooth bullet. The huge water flow, as it keeps spinning, becomes more and more terrifyingly aggressive. At the moment when Zwanchin Ling Ii dodged, the ground within a radius of more than 10 meters exploded rapidly under the impact of the water-toothed bullets, and countless pieces of debris flew past Zwanchin Ling Ii's body. This made the spoiled girl show fear for the first time. Chapter 37. Water-tooth bullet. A new ninjutsu. 2 consecutive B-level ninjutsu made the atmosphere in the arena more and more heated. But, for the many Genins watching the game, but secretly developed a sense of vigilance. It seems that Fujiwara Tetsuya had anticipated that they would deliberately avoid the threat posed by Chidori. The means of attack have been specially enhanced. Tetsuya. Have you gotten this far? The west stand, an inconspicuous corner. Jiro Tanaka, Sachiko Fujiwara, Yuzuki Yusuji, and Rina Tanaka were huddled together, looking at the scene in shock. Especially Jiro Tanaka, as a former Chunin. It is even more clear that the strength displayed by Fujiwara Tetsuya has now reached that level. His attainments in this ninjutsu far surpassed all the ninjutsu he could master during his Chunin period. Water style. Water severing wave. The water flow as thick as the shoulders, under the blessing of chakra, was like a water flow in an ultra-high pressure state, tearing everything in front of it. Since it's time to take a bow. Of course it has to be more gorgeous. This is an A-rank ninjutsu. Very impactful visual effects. Not only did it attract a large number of spectators, even the Konoha Chunin and Genin who were guarding the surrounding area could not help but cast solemn and envious glances. At this age, he can master A-level water-style ninjutsu. Definitely worthy of the name of genius. 3. Looking at the water gradually approaching Tantei Koharu, Udatan Koharu could no longer sit still. Ignoring everyone's gazes, he came directly in front of Sarutobi Hiruzen. The Ten clan, although they are a ninja clan. But in the final analysis, it is only in the last decade or so that we started to make a fortune. Any member of the clan who has the qualities to become a Genin is a treasure in the hands of the Tsuchiya clan. Koharu, don't worry. Orochimaru is down there, and besides, Fujiwara Tetsuya isn't a reckless brat. Comfort this old friend. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Fujiwara Tetsuya with a hint of surprise. Water style advanced ninjutsu, water severing wave. Or there is the lightning style which Orochimaru calls A-level advanced level, Chidori. What an amazing kid. As for Jiro Tanaka and others, after witnessing this scene, they became stunned. It was as if I had seen something beyond my imagination. Stop! Stop! I give up! I give up! The sharp water flow tore all the trees and earth hills in the arena into pieces. Looking at the gradually approaching water, Xuanqin Ling Ai groaned and shed a few tears. Fujiwara Tetsuya's bold playing style obviously frightened the lovely girl completely. It seems that I won. After hearing the voice of his Shi'ayutane, Fujiwara Tetsuya immediately dispersed his ninjutsu and instantly appeared next to his Shi'ayutane. Looking at Fujiwara Tetsuya's gentle face, Tateshi Ryoi did not feel the slightest bit of intimacy, but instead shuddered. The body keeps shrinking backwards. Why, are you going to keep sitting on the ground? If you keep grinding like this, your clothes will get torn. His feud with the Tsunetachi clan. That was a matter between adults, how could it involve such a cute girl? What's more, in order to maintain the necessary image, some things must be done. Hesitated for a few seconds. Tateen Heis timidly grasped the right hand extended by Fujiwara Tetsuya and stood up tremblingly. Fujiwara Tetsuya. Tetsuya Fujiwara. He has a delicate appearance, outstanding talents, is good at water style, and at the same time has a gentlemanly elegance. Positive labels. This immediately pushed the popularity of Fujiwara Tetsuya to its peak. Although, women made up the majority of the continuous cheers. Let's go. We should make some room. As Orochimaru announced the result with a hoarse laugh. Tsutomu Ryoi was still in a daze. Facing Fujiwara Tetsuya, he obviously lost the courage to resist. Let Fujiwara Tetsuya hold my hand and walk towards the exit. Knowing that Takia appeared, Ryoi Takia quickly pulled her hand away as if she had realized it later. Little brat. Your strength and talent are indeed outstanding. But you will definitely regret what happened today. In front of so many ninjas, there is also the support of Sunset's true self. When facing Fujiwara Tetsuya, Takuno Utane had to try his best to restrain his impulse. After coldly saying two uncultured words, he turned around and left the arena with Hisoi Utane. Little brat. Art Tsunetsugu Ryoi's hands soft. Just as Fujiwara Tetsuya was looking at the disappearing figure of Tate Shinohime, recalling the completely different feeling. Uchiha Mikoto appeared beside Fujiwara Tetsuya at some point, exuding invisible pressure from her calm eyes. Mikoto. What are you talking about? What's wrong with hands? I just did that just to piss off the people of the Tenshin clan and create a character image. Looking at the approaching face, Fujiwara Tetsuya shuddered. Uchiha Mikoto's actions were beyond his expectations. If so, that would be the best. But congratulations anyway. Tetsuya, congratulations on making it to the quarterfinals. Seeing Fujiwara Tetsuya's frightened look, the cold girl couldn't help but chuckle. Like a blooming snow crab apple, holy and warm. For a moment, Fujiwara Tetsuya was almost stunned. Mikoto. You smiled. You finally smiled. This stare lasted for 13 seconds. Knowing that Uchiha Mikoto came at Fujiwara Tetsuya's back of the head. Only then did Fujiwara Tetsuya return to reality from a dream. This was probably the first time I witnessed Uchiha Mikoto's smile since that day in Fujiwara, Tanaka, and the Usuji clan. Yo! Good-natured host. Congratulations to host for completing the temporary mission, Save the Girl in Hatred. After host's unremitting efforts and witnessing host's heroic deeds many times, Uchiha Mikoto has regarded host as a new bond and has seen a little light in the abyss of hatred. Temporary task settlement in progress. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the A-level ninjutsu, water style. Water mirror technique, with a kill value of 500. Hearing the sudden voice in his mind, Fujiwara Tetsuya stopped moving. That's it. Mission accomplished? Shouldn't this task be considered a strategy task? He was still hesitating before. Unexpectedly, it was completed like this. Could it be that Uchiha Mikoto also admires strong men like other love-brained girls? Before he knew it, Fujiwara Tetsuya took a breath. I always feel that Uchiha Mikoto's girl attributes are more complicated than he imagined. But these things were not something he could think through or fully comprehend in a short period of time. Everything will have to wait until later. Chapter 38. When everyone's eyes are on the battle in the arena, Fujiwara Tetsuya focused all his attention on the newly acquired ninjutsu. Water style. Water mirror technique. If he remembered correctly, this was the super advanced water-style ninjutsu that 4th Mizukage Yagura was good at. Through the mirror, a clone identical to the enemy is created, which is almost identical not only in ninjutsu but also in power. It is definitely a trump card. Water mirror technique. Not bad. However, for a secret ninjutsu like Kirigakuer, he is not suitable for his current age and status. If used in front of so many people, it's bound to cause a lot of trouble. Senju Seto and Mizuno Tsuki Kaion are still going on. From the beginning, Senju Xingdu had the advantage in close combat, to the current stalemate stage. Although Senju Saito possesses chakra of both water and earth attributes, this kid has been practicing water-style ninjutsu in the past. He dreams of becoming the second Hokage Senju Tobirama one day, the man who waves the sea. Dreams are undoubtedly good things. But the current strength of Senju Xingdu is compared to Senju Tobirama. There is no comparison at all. Even the latter's back could not be seen from a distance. Face the Snow Clan's ice escape. Senju Saito's water style is completely suppressed. Now there is a stalemate. It is just based on the huge chakra of Senju's star itself. Once chakra is overconsumed, defeat is only a matter of time. Poor guy. With the Senju clan as support, we don't know how to develop in all aspects. Under Fujiwara Tetsuya's compassionate gaze, time passed by minute by minute. I don't know how much time passed, amidst Senju Xingdu's heavy breathing. The competition of the third group finally came to an end. The winner. Mizuno Tsuki Kaion. Mikoto, come on. Be careful of the Nara clan's shadow imitation technique. If necessary, try to increase the distance between you and Nara Kaioxen. The victory will be decided by ninjutsu. Also, Nara Kaioxen is a very cunning guy. If he deliberately tries to talk to you, ignore him. Nara clan. Among the many ninja clans in the ninja world, he is definitely a wise man. The average IQ is 200. It also raised the upper limit of the Nara clan. Snort. Tetsuya. Just open your eyes and watch. How I will end the battle in just 3 minutes. Take a glimpse at Fujiwara Tetsuya. Uchiha Mikoto tied up her hair, turned around and walked towards the arena. The moment the two men fought, scorching flames swept across everyone's vision. Fire style. Great fireball technique. Fire style. Impatience. Chlorred. What a troublesome guy. Are the fighting styles of the members of Team 13 so violent? Dodging the continuous fireballs, Nara's eyes became more and more depressed as she looked at Xin. So far, not only did he not find a chance to get close to Uchiha Mikoto, but he was also forced into a state of panic by Uchiha's special fire style. Is it because the compatibility is too bad? With a sigh, Nara looked at the scorching sun above her head, her eyes darting around the field. After Fujiwara Tetsuya's violent destruction, now the arena is in pieces. There is no terrain to leverage on. Fire style, extinguish the fire. Looking at the sea of fire in the venue that was like a vast ocean, Fujiwara Tetsuya was distracted for a moment. He is making progress. Uchiha Mikoto is also improving. If we ignore the system, Uchiha Mikoto's ninja talent is definitely far better than his. For this ninjutsu, although the Great Fire Extinguisher is only as difficult as a B-level ninjutsu, but in the hands of a strong person, it is definitely not inferior to S-level ninjutsu. Stop. I surrender. Looking at the spreading sea of fire, Nara swallowed his saliva and chose to admit defeat directly. At the critical moment, Orochimaru instantly appeared next to Nara Kaioxen and brought him to a safe place. Uchiha Mikoto. What kind of monster is this? That monster can create a being like Uchiha Madara that can destroy a country. Facing the gaze from Uchiha Mikoto, Nara Kaioxen couldn't help but shudder. If he had known this earlier, he would never have entered the arena and should have chosen to give up at the first opportunity. 4 sets of matches after the battle between Uchiha Mikoto and Nara Asanobu. The most exciting match is undoubtedly the match between AI and Huang Tu. The clash of thunder and earth. The collision between offense and defense. But AI is too strong. After showing lightning-style chakra mode, whether it is speed or strength, it presents an absolute crushing trend. Huang Tu, whose injuries had not yet healed, struggled with AI for half an hour, but was finally defeated because of his weak chakra. Hyagamaru, Fujiwara Tetsuya, Mizuno Tsuki Kaion, Uchiha Mikoto, AI, Uchiha Watano, Senju Hiraki, Raza. Amidst countless cheers, The Chunin exam selection competition has finally decided the top 8. Tetsuya. Mikoto. Congratulations, you have successfully entered the quarterfinals. At the end of the passage, the figures of Sunset's true self and a Aberame wooden golem gradually grew larger in Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes. The sunset makes me look obviously better. Just now. Many intellectual female ninjas specifically sought him out to chat for a long time. In one session, he was able to train 2 genins to reach the quarterfinals. It can be predicted that Uchiha's reputation among the many genin and Konoha's status will inevitably rise. Perhaps it was because his eyes were dazzled by the flattery of so many female kunoichi. Excited, Uchiha took Fujiwara Tetsuya, Uchiha Mikoto, and a Aberame wooden golem to the barbecue restaurant again. It also satisfied Fujiwara Tetsuya's appetite. Hokage's office. After the round of 16 ended, Sarutobi Hiruzen returned to the office, followed by Tsunade in addition to the examiner Orochimaru. A spot in the quarterfinals. The Uchiha clan alone accounted for 2. Hyuga, Senju. There is only one of each. Especially Senju Hiraki. Even though we won, it was only a narrow victory. The Senju executives behind the scenes naturally couldn't sit still. After much persuasion, Tsunade was finally pulled out of Uzumaki Mito's house. Not to mention any behind-the-scenes manipulation. At least it can heal the injuries suffered by Senju Hiraki and allow Senju Hiraki to fight in the best possible condition. Tsunade. Now that you're back too. Then you will be the next examiner. Don't even think about hiding anymore. Orochimaru has done enough. Sarutobi Hiruzen pinched his pipe, took 2 deep puffs to relieve his craving for cigarette, then stared at Tsunade and said. The tone was firm, and it was obvious that there was no room for negotiation. Okay. I know. I'll take care of the rest. Seeing that there was no room for bargaining, Tsunade had no choice but to wave his right hand weakly and agree. Those stubborn old guys. Is the glory of the Senju clan really that important? To compete with Uchiha for the title of number 1. He had to pull her out by force. Chapter 39. Right. Orochimaru, who do you think will be the last one standing among these 8 brats? Among the top 8. Konoha has 5. Although the genin who participated in the Chunin exam might not be the best among the major ninja villages. But that also made him gain a lot of face in front of many officials and nobles of the Fire Nation. It's to be expected. Sometime after the Chunin exams were over, the amount of tasks in Konoha will increase significantly. While thinking, Sarutobi Hiruzen set his eyes on his disciple again. Hey! The teacher should see this more clearly than I do. Hyuga Mamoru, Uchiha Watano, and Senju Hiraki, these 3 brats, even though they made it to the quarterfinals. But in terms of strength alone, he is no match for the 3rd Tsuchikage's son. If we lack the strength to carry on, we will not be able to make it to the end. Licking his lips, Orochimaru's gaze paused on Tsunade for a moment, and when he saw that Tsunade didn't react, he laughed hoarsely. As for the one from the Snow Clan, although you have mastered ice escape, judging from your current situation, your mastery of ice escape is really limited. If we encounter a ninja who is good at fire style or has a faster speed, defeat is only a matter of time. You agree with me? Blowing out a smoke ring, Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes flashed with some appreciation. His 3 disciples. Although they all have character flaws. But in terms of ninja talent alone, they are all top-notch. The best among them is Orochimaru. Calm, wise and powerful. If only it could be a little gentler. Maybe he will become a powerful ninja that surpasses him. So among the remaining 4 little devils, who do you think has a greater chance of winning? Those who can stand to the end are undoubtedly geniuses from the 1st level. As long as he can grow up, there is a high probability that he will become the pillar of a ninja village. Teacher. The remaining 4 little devils. They are not good people. As for who can make it to the end, it depends on who has more cards and who has a stronger will. Fujiwara Tetsuya. Uchiha Mikoto. AI. Rosa. Although during the Chunin pre-selection and formal selection, they all showed amazing fighting power. But with his vision, how could he not see it? These 4 little devils. Because of the opponent, he was not able to show his full potential. Tsunade. Tomorrow's draw. Change it up. I also want to see the clash between these 4 little brats. Who are the geniuses of my Konoha who are better? Or are the geniuses of Cloud Shinobi Village and Tsunagaku stronger? Noticing Orochimaru's heightened interest, Sarutobi Hiruzen seemed to be sufficiently interested as well. In a flash, it seems that the top 4 spots have been confirmed. For the upper level, if you abandon your face and do something behind the scenes, it's so easy. The next day, when Fujiwara Tetsuya, Uchiha Mikoto and 8 others stood on the arena, the groups among the top 8 have been determined. But at this moment, all the attention of the spectators around the arena was not on the 8 little strong men. Instead, it was all placed on Tsunade. Look, today's examiner is Tsunade-sama. It's Princess Tsunade. I didn't expect to meet Princess Tsunade when I came to watch the Chunin competition. This trip was really worth it. The apple of the Senju family's eye. Fair skin, beautiful face, impressive figure, outstanding strength. She was also a princess pardoned and conferred a title personally by the daimyo of the Land of Fire. One halo after another pushed Tsunade's reputation to the peak. It's really hot. Tsunade. This is the second time I have seen Fujiwara Tetsuya since he came to the ninja world. This time, the distance between the two is much closer than last time. Looking at that breathtaking appearance, Fujiwara Tetsuya swallowed secretly. Compared to Tsunade, Uchiha Mikoto can be said to be a flat plate with no obstructions at all. Probably, it can be described like this. Kids, I'll be hosting today's game. The rules of the game are the same as yesterday. If you don't have any questions, today's competition will officially begin. Looking at Tsunade's figure, Senju Hiraki is full of admiration and excitement. And there is indescribable confidence. Apparently, he was confused by the constant brainwashing by the top leaders of the Senju clan. But he doesn't know. The will of the Senju clan leaders cannot influence Tsunade. And it cannot influence the Chunin exam. Team 1, Mizuno Tsuki Kaion, Uchiha Mikoto, step forward. A fight between 2 beautiful girls. It immediately aroused the enthusiasm of the audience around. The collision of ice and fire. The battle between bloodline limit ninjas. They're all gimmicks worth bragging about. Crystal clear ice crystals, like a rainstorm, continuously shot towards Uchiha Mikoto. Apparently, Mizuno Tsuki Tomo is more afraid of the Sharingan than the fire style in the hands of Uchiha Mikoto. This fight. For Mizuno Tsuki Kaion, this is not an advantage. Fire style, extinguish the fire. The scorching flames, like a rising sea of fire, melted countless ice crystal shurikens. The air in the arena seemed to be distorted by the high temperature. Simple. Direct. Brutal ninjutsu. Mizuno Tsuki Kaion was instantly forced into a desperate situation. Water style. Mist shinobi technique in a flat, open arena. The advantages that Mist shinobi technique can bring are really limited. With the insight of 2 Tomo Sharingan, there are only a few kunao left. Uchiha Mikoto has already determined the activities of Mizuno Tsuki Kaion. Here. This fight is over. Several great fireballs flew out in succession, not only clearing the fog around. It also allowed Uchiha Mikoto to seize Mizuno Tsuki Kaion's weakness. The moment they got close, when Mizuno Tsuki Kaion faced the Sharingan. This duel has come to an end. Is it an illusion? Staring at the scene on the field, Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes gradually became serious. At this time, he and Uchiha Mikoto are no longer the fragile rookies they were 7 months ago. Each of them has mastered high-level ninjutsu. The physical skills are similar. But until now, he had not personally experienced to what extent Uchiha Mikoto's illusion technique had reached after being taught by Yui Shingo. If it is in the future semi-finals, or even in the final battle, when facing Uchiha Mikoto, illusion will definitely become the decisive factor in determining the direction of Libra. The winner is Uchiha Mikoto. The moment Tsunade announced the winner, Uchiha Mikoto also lifted the illusion cast on Mizuno Tsuki Kaion. Although free from the shackles. But Mizuno Tsuki Kaion's expression was not good looking, and her face was pale under the sparse bloodshot. I don't know when. The genius of the Snow Clan looked at Uchiha Mikoto with a hint of fear in his eyes. Chapter 40. Mikoto. Congratulations on making it to the Final Four. Looking at the 2 girls coming towards me, Fujiwara Tetsuya went straight towards Uchiha Mikoto without any hesitation. I don't know if it was just his illusion. He always felt that after what happened yesterday, Uchiha Mikoto seemed to be much gentler when facing him. Team 2, AI and Uchiha Watano, step forward. Face the powerful enemy AI. Uchiha Watanabe clearly lacks confidence. Although a single Megatama was opened, the vision can see through AI's movements. But in terms of reaction speed, it is obviously behind. Lateral bolt of pain, chop. The terrifying physical technique directly split Uchiha Watanabe's great fireball technique in half. Look at the approaching knife hand. Uchiha Watanabe felt a black screen before his eyes and he fainted. The third Raikage's offspring. You really have the qualities to become a strong man. The dust has cleared. When AI appeared in everyone's sight with Uchiha Watanabe, Tsunade's gaze stayed on AI for a long time. I don't know why. She had a premonition. It seemed that she and this little kid would meet again one day. The genius of the Uchiha clan was defeated. This little brat from Cloud Shinobi village. He's so scary. He was able to defeat someone from the Uchiha clan. With Uchiha Mikoto entering the semi-finals, the defeat of Uchiha Watanabe did not make many Konoha residents too frustrated. Although it is a bit regrettable. But after sighing, still gave AI a round of applause. This is the magnanimity of the number 1 ninja village in the ninja world. Team 3, Raza, Senju Hiraki. The moment I heard Tsunade's voice, Fujiwara Tetsuya clearly saw that Senju Hiraki's expression froze. Obviously, this person expected that he would not encounter such a strong opponent in the quarter-finals. It's that brat from Tsunagakuer. Tsunade, how did she arrange it? Hiraki's strength is great. But if he wants to defeat Tsunagakuer's magnet-style bloodline, I'm afraid he still has some distance to go. On the south side, on top of the highest platform in front, several high-ranking members of the Senju clan, as well as Jainin, looked at the two figures walking towards the center of the arena. His face looked particularly gloomy. It was as if he already knew the outcome of the game. I could only blame all my dissatisfaction on Tsunade. After all, the Uchiha clan already has Uchiha Mikoto confirmed to be in the top 4. But the Senju clan? At the moment, it seems that the best they can do is stop in the quarterfinals. The glory of the Senju clan was shattered by the Mirchnin examination. In fact, anyone with a little bit of ability can predict the outcome of this game. The direction of the game was similar to what these people expected. Raging water style. Heavy earth style. In front of this magnet style boy, it seems not worth mentioning. No matter how Senju Hiraki struggled, he could not break through the barrier formed by countless tiny gold sands in front of Luasha. A genius from the Senju clan? What a disappointment! As expected, after the fall of the first Hokage and the second Hokage, the powerful Senju in the ninja world will also be destined to fall. Let's put an end to this boring game. Magnet-style sanding mat carrying countless gold sands, Luasha flew to the same height as the surrounding walls. Such a cool scene. Fujiwara Tetsuya drools at the sight. Flying on a sword. Flying in the air. That's every man's dream. Although standing on gold sand doesn't look that cool, Luosha has done what he could never dream of. Magnet-style gold sand spear. Countless sharp gold dust spears, spinning at super high speed, tore through all of Senju Hiraki's defenses. The moment it approached Senju Hiraki, it turned into flowing chains and bound Senju Hiraki. Winner. Tsunagakuer, Raza. Looking at the depressed look on Senju Hiraki's face, Tsunade, as an elder, obviously had no sense to comfort him. After taking a glance at Luosha, quickly kick both of them out of the arena. Little did he know that it was this one glance that made Luosha break out in a cold sweat. I secretly rejoiced that I had a sudden change of heart at the critical moment and did not kill him. Although the Senju clan has declined. No longer the glory of the past. But there are also ninjas of Senju Tsunade's caliber in charge. Mikoto. Wait and see me win. Looking at Senju Hiraki's gloomy expression, Fujiwara Tetsuya turned his head to look at Uchiha Mikoto, then slowly stood up. Really? The protagonist or something? They all appeared at the end. Tetsuya. Don't be careless. If the information I received is correct, the head family of the Hyuga clan has passed on the Hyuga clan's secret technique, Revolving Heaven, to Hyuga Mamoru in order to help him get a high rank in the Chunin exam. If you are careless, you will suffer. The Hyuga ninja who has mastered Revolving Heaven, and the Hyuga ninja who has not mastered Revolving Heaven. These are two completely different concepts. Revolving Heaven, known as Absolute Defense, is the nemesis of all physical attacks. Don't worry. The Byakugan of the Hyuga clan is a secret technique passed down from ancient times. I have long wanted to experience it in person. The so-called absolute defense. It's just built on the basis of the same level. As long as the attack is strong enough and the frequency is fast enough. Revolving Heaven is not unsolvable. Fujiwara Tetsuya. Hyuga Mamoru. After mastering Revolving Heaven, Hyuga Mamoru seems to have gained unexpected confidence. Even the response gives people a feeling of being arrogant and contemptuous. It's the Hyuga clan. By the way, the ninjas of the Hyuga clan are all very strong. With the insight of the Byakugan, the brats of the Fujiwara clan may not be able to gain an advantage this time. That may not be the case. Have you forgotten what happened yesterday? Water style of that level. It's not easy to stop. The clash between the powerful clan and the declining ninja clan. If it were normal, I'm afraid that more than 90% of people will think that Hyuga Mamoru will win in the end. But after witnessing Fujiwara Tetsuya's terrifying strength that far exceeds that of other ninjas of the same age, the direction of public opinion has gradually become polarized. Tetsuya. It's the same small corner. Tanakajiro is looking forward to seeing Fujiwara Tetsuya's back. Unspeakable worry. Hyuga. The powerful clan of Konoha. He was in existence that the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Usuji clans all looked up to during their heyday. I want to break this barrier in front of me. It will be more difficult than ever. Gentle fist. 8 trigrams 32 palms. The moment of fighting. Hyuga Mamoru rushed towards Fujiwara Tetsuya at high speed. Obviously he wants to use physical skills to eliminate the possible threat posed by Fujiwara Tetsuya in the shortest possible time. Gentle fist method. How exciting! The Hyuga clan's gentle fist is based on the Byakugan and the human body's meridians and acupoints. Although there are some differences from the Tai Chi of previous lives, both follow the approach of using softness to overcome hardness. At the moment of avoiding gentle fist, Fujiwara Tetsuya's hands also collided quickly. Obviously interest has been aroused. Chapter 41. In the continuous fierce battle with Hyuga Mamoru, Fujiwara Tetsuya is slowly absorbing the essence of the Hyuga clan's gentle fist method. Each move and each style gradually began to feel somewhat similar to Hyuga Mamoru. This brat. Is he imitating my Hyuga family's gentle fist? Looking at the scene in the field, the elders of the Hyuga clan who were watching the battle on the high platform could no longer sit still. The look he gave Fujiwara Tetsuya gradually became colder. But he dared to steal the Hyuga clan's gentle fist. Although he is only in name only, he can be regarded as the first person since the establishment of Konoha village. What are you panicking about? Sit down. Hokage-sama and those others are all watching there. Don't bring shame to the Hyuga clan. After being reprimanded by an elder, several elders around him gradually calmed down. After glancing at where Sarutobi Hiruzen was, he had no choice but to continue doing it patiently. Fujiwara Tetsuya. Still a cocky, naive, and disgusting kid. Is it Gentle Fist? No. Gentle Fist can only unleash its true power with the help of the Byakugan of the Hyuga clan. This brat. Could it be that he has mastered a physical technique similar to Gentle Fist? As the most powerful existence in Konoha, Sarutobi Hiruzen could immediately see the difference between the jutsu used by Fujiwara Tetsuya and the Hyuga clan's Gentle Fist. The light in his eyes became brighter and brighter. This kind of physical skill, if it can be combined with Tsunade's super strength, perhaps it can exert unexpected power. Hiruzen. This brat is pretty good. If I could, I'd like to move him to the roots. The one who spoke was Danzo, the Dark of Konoha. At this time, Danzo was in his prime and had not yet encountered that incident, so he was not wrapped in the one-eyed dragon bandage. Although he is slightly inferior to Sarutobi Hiruzen in terms of appearance, he is more handsome than Mito Kado Homura. The roots of today. It is said that there is support from Sarutobi Hiruzen, but it has only been established for a short time. It is far from the momentum it will be in 20 or 30 years. This is when talent is needed. Danzo. Maybe we can discuss this with the others. But don't think too much about this brat from the Fujiwara clan. I have my own plans for this brat. Developed A-level lightning style ninjutsu. C-level lightning style ninjutsu. Developed water prison technique based on water prison technique. Return. At such a young age, he has mastered several powerful water style techniques. Such a talented kid. How could he throw it to the root? Such a dark place. The roots need talent. But they don't need genius. Holding the armrest, Sarutobi Hiruzen had obviously thought of everything. Since you have plans, forget it. Glancing at Sarutobi Hiruzen's profile, Danzo didn't argue much. If the root wants to develop in secret today, it cannot do without the support of the Hokage. It's a pity though. But Konoha never lacks geniuses. In Danzo's opinion, Sarutobi Hiruzen's willingness to exchange for him was already a good profit. Really? In the ninja world, without the assistance of a bug like the Byakugan, it's still far from enough to unleash the power of Tai Chi. Perhaps, it's time to learn some knowledge about medical ninjutsu. Before he knew it, Fujiwara Tetsuya had already been attacked several times. He sighed secretly and took advantage of the situation to quickly distance himself from Hyagamaru. With the white eyes here, ordinary transformation technique and clone technique are completely useless. If you want to win, you have no choice but to fight head-on. Mamoru Genin. Be careful. Next time, I won't hold back. Water style. Water tooth bullet. At the moment when the violent water flow covered Hyagamaru, Fujiwara Tetsuya drew out his Kodaki and instantly appeared next to Hyagamaru. Konoha style sword art, falling 8 trigrams palms. Revolving heaven. Looking at the sudden appearance of the knife light, Hyagamaru broke out in a cold sweat. Without any hesitation, a large amount of chakra suddenly burst out from the acupuncture points around Hyagamaru, forming a high-speed spiral, successfully blocking Fujiwara Tetsuya's fatal blow. Revolving heaven. It is indeed a secret technique passed down by the Hyuga clan since ancient times. Under the huge rebound, the small sword in Fujiwara Tetsuya's hand kept wailing. Shaking my numb right hand. Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes gradually calmed down. In a place like the ninja world, there is no logic to things like bloodline limits. Just like in the previous life, some people are destined to be at the top from the moment they are born. That's right. This is the secret technique of my Hyuga clan, 8 trigrams palms. Revolving heaven. Fujiwara Tetsuya. Give up. No matter how hard you try, you can't break through revolving heaven's absolute defense. The outcome of this battle, it was determined the moment I mastered revolving heaven. Inside the barrier formed by revolving heaven, Hyagamaru looks so proud. It seems that he has a mysterious confidence in the secret techniques of the Hyuga clan. Is this another guy who has been blinded by blood? Look at Hyagamaru's expression. Fujiwara Tetsuya couldn't help but shook his head. If you don't look up to the top of the mountain, you won't know how vast the mountains and seas are. No wonder, since the Hyuga Tenin, the Hyuga clan has not had a strong person with absolute say. Hyagamaru. Do you really think this turtle shell can stop me? Let's put it another way. Even if you stay in this turtle shell forever, how long can your chakra sustain you? The victory and defeat between you and me. In fact, the decision was made the moment you retreated into revolving heaven. Hyagamaru. You are not qualified to be my opponent. Sharp. Brilliant sword light. Constantly crashing into the barrier formed by revolving heaven. The high frequency of attacks also causes the consumption of Hyagamaru's chakra to become more frequent. But it's not enough to make Hyagamaru angry yet. What really made him furious was that Fujiwara Tetsuya actually described Hyuga's proud secret technique as a turtle shell. This is not only an insult to him. It is also an insult to the entire Hyuga clan. This is a brave little devil. How dare you say such words in this kind of situation? Because of the cheers all around the arena, Fujiwara Tetsuya's voice can only reach so far. Although the audience in the surrounding stands couldn't hear it. But Tsunade, the examiner who was inside the competition venue, heard it all clearly. As his eyes dropped, Tsunade also focused all his attention on Fujiwara Tetsuya. She also wants to see this arrogant little brat. How to break into the so-called unbreakable revolving heaven. Fujiwara Tetsuya. How dare you humiliate my Hyuga clan? I'm going to kill you. Endless anger. Constantly attacking Hyagamaru's nerves. Under Fujiwara Tetsuya's constant provocation, Hyagamaru was finally blinded by anger. Taking advantage of the moment when Fujiwara Tetsuya pauses, the first moment after withdrawing revolving heaven, rushed towards Fujiwara Tetsuya. Gentle fist. 8 trigrams 64. Palms. Chapter 42. It was so easy to be excited. Hyagamaru, you are more innocent than I thought. Look at the oncoming palm. Fujiwara Tetsuya sneered. With a flash of his body, he appeared behind Higamaru and completely escaped from the range of Gentle Fist. This game. It was much simpler than he imagined. In any war, attacking the city is inferior to attacking the heart. The ancient wise men never deceived me. Water style. Water severing wave. The ultra-high pressure water flow, at the moment of the surge, carried with it infinite power, and directly blasted Higamaru into severe injuries, sending him flying for dozens of meters before crashing onto a broken boulder. Critical moment. Fujiwara Tetsuya has stopped. Higamaru is a ninja of Konoha after all. Even though it's just a branch house, they are still members of the Hyuga clan. Besides, there is no life and death feud between him and Higamaru. Able to win magnificently. This result is enough. It seems that I have won this battle, Russell. Amid the sound of trivial footsteps, Fujiwara Tetsuya came to Higamaru with a small sword slung over his shoulder. After a brief pause, he walked straight past Higamaru and headed towards the passage. The winner is decided. Moreover, considering Higamaru's current injuries. If I don't stay in the hospital for half a month, I'm afraid I won't be able to get out of bed. Moan, he actually lost. Looking at the scene in the field. Especially after Tsunade announced the winner. The expressions of the elders of the Hyuga clan all turned gloomy. After Senju. They are on the same path. The only member of the clan to make it to the top 8 in this Chunin exam. Also lost in the battle of top 8 to top 4. Lift your heads. A temporary win or loss doesn't mean anything. Don't forget, we still have Hayashi and Hisashi in our clan. Hyuga Hayashi. Hyuga Hisashi. The twin stars of the Hyuga clan. Before entering the ninja school, he had already demonstrated a level beyond that of ordinary people. Now, at the age of less than 14, he already possesses the strength of an elite Chunin. It's only a matter of time to set foot in Jainin. Yes. We still have Hayashi and Hisashi. Mamoru didn't make it to the final 4. It doesn't mean anything. In self-comfort. The elders of the Hyuga clan finally cheered up again. The result of the quarter-finals. Just as Sarutobi Hiruzen and Orochimaru predicted yesterday. Not a single bit of deviation. AI. Uchiha Mikoto. Rosa. Fujiwara Tetsuya. The final 4. After the top 4 are decided. The popularity of the Chunin exam is rising instead of falling. More and more people, after being checked, poured into Konoha village. Cloud Shinobi village. The absolute genius of Tsunagaku. The genius girl of the Uchiha clan. The rising star of the declining ninja clan. 4 genins who are at the top of their generation. Win or lose. They have already made a name for themselves. Tetsuya. Mikoto. Come on. Try not to lose to those brats from Cloud Shinobi Village and Tsunagaku. The entrance to the arena. After hesitating for a long time, the true self of the sunset finally raised his head. There is a kind of expectation in the eyes. In his heart. Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto were able to break through the siege, defeat strong opponents one by one, and stand on the stage of the semi-finals. It has far exceeded his expectations. But it's really that moment. His heart couldn't help but beat. If it were the two of them. Who knows, it might really create a miracle. Enter the finals. Even compete for the title of the number 1 Chunin. True sensei. You should be more confident. Although AI and Rosa are not weak, Mikoto and I are also very strong. No matter what. We won't fail on the road to the semi-finals. Facing the rising sun. Fujiwara Tetsuya's body is straight. Behind her is the slender figure of Uchiha Mikoto. Final 4 battle. A battle between geniuses. It's finally opened. The groups of the competition. As Fujiwara Tetsuya expected, he and Uchiha Mikoto did not collide. His opponent is Luo Shat. And Mikoto, bumped into AI. Uchiha Mikoto, AI. Come forward. Mikoto. Come on. We must defeat that guy from Cloud Shinobi Village. Uchiha Mikoto. Come on. You must make it to the finals. As the only female ninja among the top 4. Moreover, it is super cute and super pretty. The moment Tsunade announced the start of the game, the continuous cheers directly overturned the entire arena. The lingering sound lingers around the stage for a long time. The genius of the Uchiha clan. I wish you were stronger than Uchiha Watano. Facing countless voices against the wind, AI's fighting spirit became stronger and stronger. The huge chakra flooded the body in an instant. Directly turned on lightning-style chakra mode. Don't compare me to that idiot Uchiha Watano. Son of the third Raikage. You will be defeated by these eyes. How strong is AI? Even without Fujiwara Tetsuya's earnest reminder, Uchiha Mikoto was also able to make accurate judgments from the previous few battles. Among the genin who took part in the Chunin examination today, AI definitely has the strength to compete for the first place. But so what? In the dictionary of the Uchiha clan, there is no such thing as being afraid before fighting. The scarlet gaze seemed like an endless abyss. Indescribable charm and mystery. At the moment of fighting, Uchiha Mikoto used the magical Narakumi technique. However, this level of illusion. For a ninja like AI who has a strong will and powerful strength, the role he can play is really limited. Just a few seconds. You will be free from the constraints of illusion. The Uchiha clan's Sharingan. It deserves the title of the best eye technique in the ninja world. Just the level of 2 Megatama can actually restrain me for several seconds. But this level is still too weak for me. As the son of the third Raikage, how can I not strengthen my ability to fight against illusions? The figure that suddenly rose up was like a flash of thunder. In the battle with Yellow Earth and Uchiha Watanabe, AI obviously did not show his true strength. The speed displayed now is more than 30% faster than in the previous battle. What a terrifying speed! Is this the result of long-term practice of the Cloud Shinobi Village lightning-style secret technique? The third Raikage's son is much stronger than we thought. Amidst the dull bombardment, the Konoha shinobi who were watching the fight suddenly shrank their pupils, and looked at AI with a hint of fear in their eyes. In the collision of physical skills, because of the difference in strength and speed, Uchiha Mikoto gradually fell into a disadvantage. Cough. What a horrible guy. Tetsuya. You are right. This guy in front of me definitely has the potential to become a shadow. Wiping the bloodline from the corner of his mouth, the serious face of Fujiwara Tetsuya gradually emerged in Uchiha Mikoto's mind. 43. AI. You better make sure Mikoto is okay. Otherwise, when I bump into you, I will definitely beat you up. Observation stand. Fujiwara Tetsuya looked at the scarlet bloodline and his eyes quickly turned cold. We have been together for more than 7 months. To say that he has no bond with Uchiha Mikoto is complete nonsense. In the past, I adjusted, endured, protected and gave in. Never let the girl in his sight suffer any harm. But, AI, this BD. How dare you hurt her? Under the watchful eyes of Fujiwara Tetsuya, the two figures in the arena collided again. One after another, the violent air waves rolled up endless dust. Fire style. Great fireball technique. A fireball several meters in diameter, with the hot, steaming energy of Shanfa, appeared directly in front of AI. Great fireball technique. It is more powerful than Uchiha Watano, but that's all. Lateral bolt of pain, chop amid AI's chuckle, his right hand, which was wrapped in high-intensity chakra, directly tore the fireball in front of him. Countless tiny fireballs gradually extinguished and turned into wisps of green smoke after falling. Then take a look at these ninjutsu. Fire style. Impatience claw red. Dozens of sharp shurikens, wrapped in scorching flames, shot towards AI's chest at an extremely fast speed while blocking the retreat. This scattered attack poses no threat to me. If you want to defeat me, stop playing tricks like this. The great fire is extinguished. Let me experience the power of the Uchiha clan's advanced fire style. The power of Impatience Claw Red is quite good. But if we talk about a single attack, maybe not as good as Great Fireball technique. As AI started to move, more than 10 shurikens were chopped away. Lightning Straight Fire Style, extinguish the fire at the moment when AI was about to touch Uchiha Mikoto. Uchiha Mikoto finally completed the hand seal. Endless flames continued to spread in the void, forming a scorching sea of fire. Due to the power of the raging fire. At the critical moment, AI gave up the fatal blow, jumped high in a flash, and escaped the range of the fire. Fire Style, Big Flame Bomb. Take advantage of AI's time to ascend the sky. Uchiha Mikoto's fire style caused trouble for AI for the first time. Boom! A deafening explosion sounded in the air, the smoke dissipated, and AI's figure fell to the ground after several turns from the sky. Uchiha Mikoto, good job. Take out the bastards from Cloud Shinobi Village. As the saying goes, experts look at the doorway, while laymen just watch the excitement. After seeing AI being hit, the residents of Konoha around here once again burst into loud cheers. I have to admit, the Uchiha clan's fire style. It's definitely qualified to be the strongest. But, these should be all you have. After brushing off the dust on his body and standing firmly, AI slowly walked forward. The raging lightning style chakra. Keep rising. Every step you take will leave a 2-inch deep footprint on the hard ground. Are the little brats of the Uchiha clan going to lose? As a witness of the game, Tsunade's vision is equally sharp. In the physical collision just now, AI's attack has caused considerable injuries to Uchiha Mikoto, and indirectly affected the operation of chakra. If AI uses powerful ninjutsu to fight in close combat, there will be no suspense about the outcome of this fight. Lightning straight, a terrifying figure suddenly appeared in front of Uchiha Mikoto in the blink of an eye. Faced with this speed, Uchiha Mikoto didn't even have time to react before being blasted away by AI. The bright red blood kept spilling in the air. It took Uchiha Mikoto a full 10 seconds to steady himself and half kneel on a piece of rubble. Is he so strong? Third Raikage's son. Tetsuya is right. You are indeed an absolute monster. Hold the back of your abdomen where it hits. A few blushes flashed across Uchiha Mikoto's delicate face. Broken ribs. At least 3 or more. If the kunai in his hand was placed across his chest in time, just this one punch was enough to make her lose all her fighting power. Uchiha Mikoto. Recognize me? You should have seen the gap between you and me. In front of the speed and strength of the Yayu clan, you have no hope of winning now. Cough, cough. There has never been a ninja in the Uchiha clan who surrendered. I haven't lost yet. Under the gazes of countless people, Uchiha Mikoto's thin figure staggered and stood up again. He endured the pain in his abdomen and rushed towards AI again. Uchiha Mikoto. I recognize you. Just based on this fighting spirit, I give you the right to challenge me. Lightning style. Lariat. Uchiha Mikoto lost. Amid the silence of countless people, the delicate body fell heavily downwards in mid-air. Mikoto. Looking at the falling figure, Fujiwara Tetsuya could no longer stand. Without caring about any competition rules, he instantly appeared in the arena, and at the moment of jumping up, he steadily caught the delicate body. Mikoto. Mikoto. Wake up. Answer me. A straight man like AI obviously wouldn't have any sympathy for women. The violent attack caused Uchiha Mikoto to suffer further injuries and he fainted. No matter how Fujiwara Tetsuya shouted, he got no response. Kid. The game isn't over yet. Do you know what it means for you to be like this? Just as Fujiwara Tetsuya picked up Uchiha Mikoto and was about to leave, Tsunade's figure suddenly appeared in front of Fujiwara Tetsuya. There seemed to be some displeasure in his tone. Tsunade is adult. The game is over, isn't it? Or do you want to see the genius of my Konoha fall to the hands of the ninjas of Cloud Shinobi Village? In the view of Fujiwara Tetsuya, Tsunade just now has the power to interrupt the game, strength. However, this pearl of Senju did not do so. Maybe it's disdain. Maybe it's because Mikoto is from the Uchiha clan. There may be many reasons. But nothing can make Fujiwara Tetsuya forgive Tsunade's inaction. When he raised his head, Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes were extremely cold, far from the gentleness and respect he had before. If you don't need anything, Tsunade-sama, please get out of the way. The next game is about to start. Seeing that Tsunade was unmoved, Fujiwara Tetsuya doesn't have a habit of being spoiled. He passed Tsunade sideways and paused for a moment after seeing the medical ninja appear in the arena. He turned around and looked at AI who was still present. Yayu AI. I've made note of what happened today. What you did to Mikoto. I will repay you double tomorrow. Chapter 44. After Fujiwara Tetsuya put Uchiha Mikoto on a stretcher, several medical ninjas quickly sent Uchiha Mikoto to the hospital, followed by several ninjas from the Uchiha clan. Very worried though. But the next battle is the one Fujiwara Tetsuya must face. Not just for the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji clans. It's also for Konoha's reputation. After the defeat of Uchiha Mikoto, he had become the only genin left in Konoha. Orochimaru. Tell me. Can the little brat from the Fujiwara family defeat Luasha and AI? After Uchiha Mikoto was defeated, the pressure suddenly came to Konoha. After all, the officials sent by the daimyo, as well as many nobles and wealthy merchants from the Fire Country were all watching. These people are the financial sponsors of Konoha who receive huge salaries every year. If Fujiwara Tetsuya loses again, the negative impact caused. It's quite a headache. Teacher. I can't say for sure about this kind of thing. Perhaps this little kid can perform in unexpected ways. My own teacher's worries. Orochimaru naturally knows. However, one should not meddle in matters that are not within one's jurisdiction. This kind of thing is something that the Hokage and the Hokage advisor should be concerned about. The relationship with him now. Not big. In Call of Tsunade. Two figures slowly came to the center of the arena. Fujiwara Tetsuya's expression was still extremely cold. The anger in his heart obviously hasn't subsided yet. Seal of opposition. After the match was announced to start, Tsunade's figure quickly retreated outside. This leaves enough room for Fujiwara Tetsuya and Raza to fight. Little brat of Konoha. That's as far as you can go today. At the moment when Luo Sha's mouth was outlined, countless golden sands surrounded his body, forming multiple layers of defense in front of him. The villain's declaration. I'm in a bad mood right now. So, Luo Sha. Fight for your life. Water style. Water transformation technique. Water style. Water dragon bomb technique. At the moment when the water clone formed seals, two terrifying water dragons appeared in the arena. No extra words. With a hissing sound, it directly hit the gold sand barrier in front of Luo Sha. The violent collision gave the audience around the illusion that the earth was shaking. This little devil. Facing a strong man like Luo Sha, you dare to squander chakra like this? It is really stupid to the extreme. In the stands not far away, the genins who participated in the Chunin examination and were eliminated gathered here. Looking at the scene in the field, some people couldn't help but sneer. In a sense, facing Konoha, the #1 ninja village in the ninja world, they all stand on the so-called united front. It's not that brat who's stupid. It's you guys. Look at the situation in the arena. The reason why that brat used a ninjutsu of this magnitude, water dragon bomb, was to change the terrain of the arena. The huge water dragon blasted two huge holes in the gold sand barrier in front of Luo Sha. But it did not pose any real threat to Luo Sha. After the water dragon bomb broke, countless streams of water flowed everywhere in the arena. Gradually it went above the ankles of the two people. Really? Or is it because of chakra? Just relying on these alone may be a bit far-fetched. Magnet-style gold sand spear. Raza on the opposite side seemed to have seen through Fujiwara Tetsuya's intention. As Fujiwara Tetsuya continued to make seals, the figure quickly rushed in front of Fujiwara Tetsuya. Several gold dust spears quickly stabbed towards Fujiwara Tetsuya. Just as the audience in the arena exclaimed. The moment Fujiwara Tetsuya's figure was pierced by Raza, it instantly turned into a piece of dead wood. Body replacement technique. When looking at the dead tree under his feet, Luo Sha's expression gradually darkened. When exactly did this happen? He was actually deceived by the most basic body replacement technique. Water style. Water severing wave. One of the two most powerful offensive ninjutsu currently mastered by Fujiwara Tetsuya. After Fujiwara Tetsuya forcibly changed the terrain with water dragon bomb, the power of the water severing wave is becoming more and more terrifying. Magnet style, gold sand double shield. The moment Luo Sha was knocked away by the water severing wave, two solid gold sand barriers quickly appeared in front of him. Blocked the subsequent attack for Luo Sha. Cough. Water severing wave is indeed a super high-level ninjutsu among water styles. Even the gold dust shield is a bit of a stretch, isn't it? In the splashing waves, Luo Sha's figure gradually emerged. Luo Sha's condition at the moment is not good. The scar on his back left by the water severing wave was bleeding continuously, constantly draining Luo Sha's energy and physical strength. Luo Sha, you have more tricks than this. Let me see the true strength of Tsunagoku's #1 genius. Looking at the gold sand barrier floating in front of Luo Sha, Fujiwara Tetsuya did not act rashly. Before the real decisive battle, he wants to draw out the trump card in Luo Sha's hand. If it were Raza at this moment, he would have even fewer methods at his disposal than Gaara at the same age. That's so funny. Arrogant little brat. Then I'll satisfy your curiosity. Magnet-style gold dust cube amid the horrified gazes of countless spectators. Gold sand continued to flow out from Luo Sha's body, forming a cube with a side length of more than 2 meters above his head. Horrible. Heavy. Depressing. Facing the concentrated gold placer cube. If you don't have powerful defensive ninjutsu, there will only be one possible outcome if you get hit. And defensive ninjutsu. This is exactly what Fujiwara Tetsuya currently lacks. It's really shocking. Why is there so much gold? If you give it to me, I won't have to worry about the lives of the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Usuji clans anymore. At this critical moment, Fujiwara Tetsuya suddenly lost his focus. There was a hint of greed in the look he gave the cube of gold sand. Take that, kid. A deafening roar sounded in the air, and the moment Luosha waved his hand, the gold sand cube smashed towards Fujiwara Tetsuya with absolute overwhelming force. Simple, direct, and violent. Water style. Water tooth bullet count on water fang bomb, water dragon bomb or water prison technique to stop the gold dust cube. It's undoubtedly a fantasy. 1 cubic meter of gold sand weighs approximately 15 to 19 tons. How heavy is 8 cubic meters of gold sand? Of course, there is no need to calculate too much. Even if all water-style ninjutsu are used, it is also impossible to push the gold placer cube back. But, although he couldn't push it back, the 1 or 2 seconds he stayed there was enough time for Fujiwara Tetsuya to escape. Little devil! You didn't think I could guess you'd avoid it. At the moment when the gold sand cube defeated the water bullet and fell heavily to the ground. A tiny chain of gold dust. At some point it penetrated the water under Fujiwara Tetsuya's feet and tightly entangled his feet. What a strong fighting spirit! None of these guys who can become shadows are good people. Looking at the seal in Raza's hand, Fujiwara Tetsuya gradually had a bad feeling. Chapter 45. Water style. Water prison technique. Return. Without any hesitation, Fujiwara Tetsuya's chakra is being consumed rapidly. A huge water ball with a diameter of 4 meters gradually formed around him, trapping Fujiwara Tetsuya in the center. Little devil! Fall. Magnet style, gold sand funeral. The moment Raza opened his mouth, the ground within a radius of dozens of meters centered on Fujiwara Tetsuya began to shake violently. Countless tiny gold dusts are like countless tentacles entwined in the water curtain surrounding Fujiwara Tetsuya. What kind of ninjutsu is this? Is this the power of magnet style? Such a terrifying bloodline actually exists in Tsunagakuer. Looking at what's happening on the field, many Konoha ninjas' eyes shook and they gradually stood up. The momentum Luosha is creating at this moment. It is definitely not inferior to high-level A-grade ninjutsu. Shatter it! With the support of the gold sand, Luosha gradually came to the top of Fujiwara Tetsuya's head. With right hand clenched, the thick sand dunes suddenly shrank, followed by continuous explosions coming from under the dunes. Dozens of seconds later, when everything returns to silence, I saw countless tiny streams of water seeping out from the thick gold sand. Apparently, Fujiwara Tetsuya's water dungeon technique. Return. It did not withstand the constraints of the gold sand burial. Tetsuya. In the audience stands. See this scene in the arena. Jiro Tanaka, Sachiko Fujiwara, and other members of the Fujiwara, Tanaka and Usuji clans. His expression suddenly turned extremely pale. My whole body was shaking with fear. How is that possible? Tetsuya, how could you possibly die here? No. No, definitely not. If it weren't for Tsunade not making any move yet. Jiro Tanaka and Sachiko Fujiwara must have already rushed into the arena to look for the thick gold sand. Teacher. Tetsuya he. Not far away. A Barame wooden golem's figure suddenly shook. There was a slight tremor in the voice. Mikoto was seriously injured and in a coma, and his life or death is unknown. If anything happens to Tetsuya again. The moment he turned his head and looked at his true self in the setting sun, a Barame wooden golem almost straightened up and breathed. This kind of result. Too tragic. He didn't dare to imagine any further. Wooden golem. Stay calm. Tetsuya, he won't be defeated so easily. No way. Could it be that the little brat from the Fujiwara family was defeated? My Konoha's genius was defeated by a ninja from Tsunagakuer. Amidst countless trivial noises, many Konoha residents, Fire Nation officials, and nobles came to watch the battle. I couldn't help but stand up. This kind of result. It's not what they want to see. Examiner. It looks like we can announce the results of the competition now. The gold dust is gone. Luo-san slowly fell on the gold sand that buried Fujiwara Tetsuya, after waiting for dozens of seconds. Slowly turned his gaze to Tsunade. In his opinion, Fujiwara Tetsuya was buried in the gold dust and there was no chance of survival. But, due to his current strength, Luo-sha has limited vision. But Tsunade is different. As a strong man who has stepped half a foot into the cage level range, Tsunade's vision definitely surpassed 99% of the people present. After taking a faint glance at Luo-sha, Tsunade's eyes were fixed on the place where Fujiwara Tetsuya had just disappeared. It was just a casual glance. Luo-sha's expression suddenly changed. This was followed by the cries of countless phoenixes, coming from beneath the thick gold sand. It's Chidori. This little devil actually survived. In Luo-sha's ugly look, the Chidori in Fujiwara Tetsuya's hand tore through layers of gold sand and appeared in everyone's sight again. It's the kid from the Fujiwara family. I knew it. My Konoha's genius will not be defeated so easily. Uncle Kiera. That's not what you said just now. I saw you secretly wiping away tears just now. Little ghost. You must have seen it wrong. You must have eaten something you shouldn't have eaten and you are hallucinating. Fujiwara's kid, come on. Kill the Tsunagaku or BD. The moment Fujiwara Tetsuya appears, the atmosphere in the arena is heating up again. The continuous cheers almost dispersed the clouds in the sky. Same. After seeing Fujiwara Tetsuya, Tanakajiro, Fujiwara Sachiko and others burst into laughter and couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Zilla. The dazzling electric current continues to roar in Fujiwara Tetsuya's hands. At the moment of landing, Fujiwara Tetsuya quickly attacked Raza. Just now, the fact that he was able to survive the gold dust funeral was mostly due to luck. If it happens again, he might not be as lucky as before. Luo-sha's trump card. It should have been used up. Damn little devil. Magnet style, gold sand shower under Luo-sha's manipulation. Endless gold sand turned into sand bombs the size of raindrops, shooting downwards madly. In just a few seconds, the exposed ground below and the shallow water that had not yet receded were covered with countless uneven traces. But, with the blessing of Chidori, Fujiwara Tetsuya's speed, much faster than before. With a rapid advance, he successfully avoided Shajin Shiyu's attack. Rosa. It's time to end. This moment, Fujiwara Tetsuya is infused with all the chakra. The cry of 1,000 birds. It's getting more and more harsh. Gold sand wave facing Chidori's attack, it's the moment to decide victory or defeat. Luo-sha gave up the attack. Successive layers of gold sand continued to converge, gradually forming a shape similar to revolving heaven. Protect Luo-sha firmly inside. They are indeed father and son. The ninjutsu mastered by Raza and Gaara. There really are a lot of similarities. But this level alone is not enough. Amid the chirping of thousands of birds, Fujiwara Tetsuya kept charging forward. And charging forward. And charging forward again. Right hand covered with electric current, directly tore through the layers of gold sand in front of him. Rosa. I caught you. The moment when Raza was seen at Fujiwara Tetsuya under the barrier, I couldn't help but burst out laughing. Without any hesitation, Chidori, weakened by the sand gold wave, hits Luo-sha's right cheek directly. Boom. Powerful impact. Luo-sha was directly blasted out of the barrier of the golden sand wave, and rolled for dozens of meters before falling into a pool of water. Luo-sha, it looks like I won. Be careful. It is one of Fujiwara Tetsuya's creeds. When Luo-sha tried to struggle to stand up, a knife flashed with cold light and was already placed at his neck. Yes, you win. This time, I lost. Staring in front of him, there was a figure that was much shorter than him. After a while of changes, Luo-sha's expression gradually calmed down. This time, he lost. But this does not mean Fujiwara Tetsuya is stronger. If it was in the Kingdom of Wind, his home turf, with the power of magnet style, he definitely has the strength to crush Fujiwara Tetsuya. This battle, it's not because of human power. It's because the time and place are not on his side. Chapter 46. That brat really won. We won. Konoha's ninja won. Well done, Fujiwara brat. Tetsuya Fujiwara. Amid the noisy surprise, Gradually they converged into a unified slogan. That's a nod to Fujiwara Tetsuya. Honor belongs to the winner. Tetsuya. I didn't expect you to go this far. In the stands. After Tsunade announced the results of the competition, Jiro Tanaka's body began to tremble again. However, this time it's different, it's a trembling of excitement. This is the first time that members of the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji clans have entered the finals since the establishment of the ninja school. To the little ninja clan, this is definitely an unprecedented honor. Fujiwara Tetsuya. I hope you can defeat AI from Cloud Shinobi Village. At this moment, Fujiwara Tetsuya's image is not only imprinted in the hearts of many ninjas in Konoha. It is also engraved in the hearts of many genin who come to take the Chunin exam. After simply bowing to express gratitude, Fujiwara Tetsuya passed Tsunade and Raza and quickly walked towards the exit. If it weren't for the excessive consumption of chakra, at this moment he had already rushed to the hospital instantly. Tetsuya. At the end of the passage, two hearty laughs came from there. Sunset True Self and a Bearmay Wooden Golem came up from the left and right. True Sensei. Wooden Golem. Although he defeated Luoshat. But Fujiwara Tetsuya is not in a good mood now, his whole mind is filled with the figure of Uchiha Mikoto. Sunset's true self seemed to have noticed Fujiwara Tetsuya's thoughts. He nodded secretly and accompanied Fujiwara Tetsuya to the hospital. The stands where Konoha's top brass are located. After the match between Fujiwara Tetsuya and Raza, many officials and nobles of the Land of Fire gathered in groups around the Konoha high-level officials headed by Sarutobi Hiruzen. It took a full half-hour to get away. Orochimaru, go bring that brat to my office. I have something to tell him. Around the corner somewhere. Sarutobi Hiruzen suddenly stopped. While smoking a pipe he had pulled out from somewhere, he turned to give instructions to Orochimaru. The officials of the Fire Nation, and that group of wealthy nobles. The importance attached to the Chunin examination was beyond his imagination. What if something goes wrong in tomorrow's final? What happens next will probably give him a headache for a while. Okay. Facing the gaze of my own teacher. Orochimaru nodded. The figure quickly disappeared from everyone's sight. Konoha Hospital. When Fujiwara Tetsuya, Yui Shinga, and a Bearmay Wooden Golem arrived at the hospital, the treatment for Uchiha Mikoto has ended. After his condition stabilized, he was transferred to the ward. But the annoying thing is, these Uchiha guarding the gate in front of me are completely unreasonable. I told you. Mikoto is a member of our team. Let me in. I'll just take a look and leave. If it weren't for the lack of strength. Fujiwara Tetsuya really wanted to give these arrogant Uchiha people in front of him a good beating. What a bunch of arrogant guys. No wonder they are constantly marginalized. Let them in. I will explain to the elders. When Fujiwara Tetsuya felt there was no hope and was planning to leave, a handsome young man walked slowly towards the ward. Master Jing. Seeing the newcomers, several Uchiha tribesmen immediately became much more energetic. Looking at the young man in front of him, his eyes were full of respect. Lord Mirror? Uchiha Kagami? The moment he confirmed the identity of the person, Fujiwara Tetsuya was slightly stunned. Never thought. He actually had to meet this person one day. A unique guy among the Uchiha clan. The beloved one who inherits the will of fire. The only Uchiha recognized by Konoha's high-ranking officials. You guys go in. But don't stay in there for too long. Mikoto is out of danger now. All he needs now is to rest. Just as described. Uchiha Kagami is indeed a gentle man. Even Fujiwara Tetsuya, when faced with Uchiha Kagami's smile, I couldn't help but feel a little agitated. Thank you, Your Excellency. After coming to his senses, Fujiwara Tetsuya pushed open the door and walked in with Sunset Shinago and a Bearmay Wooden Golem. The wards in Konoha Hospital are all arranged in a standard manner, and there is no such thing as a VIP room. But, as a member of Konoha's powerful family, Uchiha Mikoto was still assigned a single room with a relatively good environment. Mikoto. Uchiha Mikoto on the hospital bed. Still in a coma. There were several bandages wrapped around his wrists, right leg, and abdomen. There were a few scratches on the delicate face that had not yet healed. Fortunately, this is the ninja world. There is such a thing as medical ninjutsu. After treatment with medical ninjutsu, it will be completely healed in a few days at most, and no scars will be left. Seeing Uchiha Mikoto's miserable state, Fujiwara Tetsuya's anger rose again. The gentle look was concealed by endless murderous intent. Tetsuya. We should go. A few minutes later. Uchiha outside the door pushed the door open and walked in. Although I didn't say anything. But that look of keeping strangers away has already revealed everything. Okay. I got it. Mikoto. I don't know if you can hear me. But I still have to tell you. I will definitely defeat that BDAI and give him a good beating. I've forgiven you for today's bad behavior. In silence. Fujiwara Tetsuya slowly turned around and walked out the door. Little did I know. At the moment when the Uchiha clan members closed the door, Uchiha Mikoto's slender fingers seemed to vibrate slightly. Some echoes. There is always something unclear and hard to explain. After leaving the hospital, Fujiwara Tetsuya said goodbye to Sunset True Self and a Barame wooden golem and walked towards the direction of the tribe's land. Many residents along the way. After seeing Fujiwara Tetsuya, everyone will greet him warmly. This is an honor that belongs to a genius. Tetsuya-kun. I've been waiting for you here for a long time. Just as Fujiwara Tetsuya dragged his tired body to the corner of the clan's land, a hoarse voice suddenly came from the woods nearby. What caught Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes was Orochimaru's pale face. Orochimaru is an adult. Watching Orochimaru approaching, Fujiwara Tetsuya instantly became nervous. My mind was racing, trying to guess why Orochimaru was here. Tetsuya-kun seems afraid of me. I noticed the fluctuation in Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes. Orochimaru chuckled and leaned his head forward, staring carefully into Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes, as if confirming something. You are joking, Lord Orochimaru. It's not fear. It's awe. After all, a strong man like Orochimaru-sama is still too far for me. Orochimaru's question immediately made Fujiwara Tetsuya break out in a cold sweat. I was secretly surprised and wondered, could it be that the person in front of me had turned evil ahead of time? Fujiwara Tetsuya laughed dryly and quickly adjusted his mentality. Chapter 46. That brat really won. We won. Konoha's ninja won. Well done, Fujiwara brat. Tetsuya Fujiwara. Amid the noisy surprise, gradually they converged into a unified slogan. That's a nod to Fujiwara Tetsuya. Honor belongs to the winner. Tetsuya. I didn't expect you to go this far. In the stands. After Tsunade announced the results of the competition, Jiro Tanaka's body began to tremble again. However, this time it's different, it's a trembling of excitement. This is the first time that members of the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Usuji clans have entered the finals since the establishment of the ninja school. To the little ninja clan, this is definitely an unprecedented honor. Fujiwara Tetsuya. I hope you can defeat AI from Cloud Shinobi Village. At this moment, Fujiwara Tetsuya's image is not only imprinted in the hearts of many ninjas in Konoha. It is also engraved in the hearts of many genin who come to take the Chunin exam. After simply bowing to express gratitude, Fujiwara Tetsuya passed Tsunade and Raza and quickly walked towards the exit. If it weren't for the excessive consumption of chakra, at this moment he had already rushed to the hospital instantly. Tetsuya. At the end of the passage, two hearty laughs came from there. Sunset True Self and a Barame wooden golem came up from the left and right. True Sensei. Wooden golem. Although he defeated Luoshat, but Fujiwara Tetsuya is not in a good mood now, his whole mind is filled with the figure of Uchiha Mikoto. Sunset's true self seemed to have noticed Fujiwara Tetsuya's thoughts. He nodded secretly and accompanied Fujiwara Tetsuya to the hospital. The stands where Konoha's top brass are located. After the match between Fujiwara Tetsuya and Raza, many officials and nobles of the Land of Fire gathered in groups around the Konoha high-level officials headed by Sarutobi Hiruzen. It took a full half-hour to get away. Orochimaru, go bring that brat to my office. I have something to tell him. Around the corner somewhere. Sarutobi Hiruzen suddenly stopped. While smoking a pipe he had pulled out from somewhere, he turned to give instructions to Orochimaru. The officials of the Fire Nation, and that group of wealthy nobles. The importance attached to the Chunin examination was beyond his imagination. What if something goes wrong in tomorrow's final? What happens next will probably give him a headache for a while. Okay. Facing the gaze of my own teacher, Orochimaru nodded. The figure quickly disappeared from everyone's sight. Konoha Hospital. When Fujiwara Tetsuya, Ui Shinga, and a Barame wooden golem arrived at the hospital, The treatment for Uchiha Mikoto has ended. After his condition stabilized, he was transferred to the ward. But the annoying thing is, these Uchiha guarding the gate in front of me are completely unreasonable. I told you. Mikoto is a member of our team. Let me in. I'll just take a look and leave. If it weren't for the lack of strength. Fujiwara Tetsuya really wanted to give these arrogant Uchiha people in front of him a good beating. What a bunch of arrogant guys. No wonder they are constantly marginalized. Let them in. I will explain to the elders. When Fujiwara Tetsuya felt there was no hope and was planning to leave, a handsome young man walked slowly towards the ward. Master Jing. Seeing the newcomers, several Uchiha tribesmen immediately became much more energetic. Looking at the young man in front of him, his eyes were full of respect. Lord Mirror? Uchiha Kagami? The moment he confirmed the identity of the person, Fujiwara Tetsuya was slightly stunned. Never thought. He actually had to meet this person one day. A unique guy among the Uchiha clan. The beloved one who inherits the will of fire. The only Uchiha recognized by Konoha's high-ranking officials. You guys go in. But don't stay in there for too long. Mikoto is out of danger now. All he needs now is to rest. Just as described. Uchiha Kagami is indeed a gentle man. Even Fujiwara Tetsuya, when faced with Uchiha Kagami's smile. I couldn't help but feel a little agitated. Thank you, Your Excellency. After coming to his senses, Fujiwara Tetsuya pushed open the door and walked in with Sunset Shinigo and a Barame wooden golem. The wards in Konoha Hospital are all arranged in a standard manner, and there is no such thing as a VIP room. But, as a member of Konoha's powerful family, Uchiha Mikoto was still assigned a single room with a relatively good environment. Mikoto. Uchiha Mikoto on the hospital bed. Still in a coma. There were several bandages wrapped around his wrists, right leg, and abdomen. There were a few scratches on the delicate face that had not yet healed. Fortunately, this is the ninja world. There is such a thing as medical ninjutsu. After treatment with medical ninjutsu, it will be completely healed in a few days at most, and no scars will be left. Seeing Uchiha Mikoto's miserable state, Fujiwara Tetsuya's anger rose again. The gentle look was concealed by endless murderous intent. Tetsuya. We should go. A few minutes later, Uchiha outside the door pushed the door open and walked in. Although I didn't say anything. But that look of keeping strangers away has already revealed everything. Okay. I got it. Mikoto. I don't know if you can hear me. But I still have to tell you. I will definitely defeat that BDAI and give him a good beating. I've forgiven you for today's bad behavior. In silence, Fujiwara Tetsuya slowly turned around and walked out the door. Little did I know. At the moment when the Uchiha clan members closed the door, Uchiha Mikoto's slender fingers seemed to vibrate slightly. Some echoes. There is always something unclear and hard to explain. After leaving the hospital, Fujiwara Tetsuya said goodbye to Sunset True Self and a Barame wooden golem and walked towards the direction of the tribe's land. Many residents along the way. After seeing Fujiwara Tetsuya, everyone will greet him warmly. This is an honor that belongs to a genius. Tetsuya-kun. I've been waiting for you here for a long time. Just as Fujiwara Tetsuya dragged his tired body to the corner of the clan's land, a hoarse voice suddenly came from the woods nearby. What caught Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes was Orochimaru's pale face. Orochimaru is an adult. Watching Orochimaru approaching, Fujiwara Tetsuya instantly became nervous. My mind was racing, trying to guess why Orochimaru was here. Tetsuya-kun seems afraid of me. I noticed the fluctuation in Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes. Orochimaru chuckled and leaned his head forward, staring carefully into Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes, as if confirming something. You are joking, Lord Orochimaru. It's not fear. It's awe. After all, a strong man like Orochimaru-sama is still too far for me. Orochimaru's question immediately made Fujiwara Tetsuya break out in a cold sweat. I was secretly surprised and wondered, could it be that the person in front of me had turned evil ahead of time? Fujiwara Tetsuya laughed dryly and quickly adjusted his mentality. Chapter 48. Hokage-sama. This advisor is right. It's me who didn't consider the things behind the Chunin exam. Please rest assured, Hokage-sama, even if I die in battle, I will defeat AI before I die. Observe the gazes of Sarutobi Hiruzen, Udaten Koharu, and Mito Kado Homura. Fujiwara Tetsuya sneered in his heart. Once again, speak out loudly. Hey! Tetsuya! You've worked hard. I know. It's really cruel to let you bear such a burden at such a young age. A long sigh. Sarutobi Hiruzen sat back down again. Cough. Hiruzen, don't blame yourself too much. As a Konoha shinobi, this is something you will have to face sooner or later. I don't know when. Mitokado Homura suddenly stood up and silently appeared beside Fujiwara Tetsuya. Fujiwara Tetsuya. The lightning style Chidori you developed does have extremely strong piercing power. This lightning style can make up for the lack of lightning style ninjutsu in Konoha, and will be of great use in the future when facing the ninjas of Iwagakure and Cloud Shinobi Village. In addition, the Thunder Beast Chasing Fang and Water Prison technique you created. Return. Both have special effects. Are you willing to donate these ninjutsu to the village? Facing Mitokado Homura's inquiry. Fujiwara Tetsuya's performance can be described as quite calm. And show any resistance. Angry emotions. As a person with severe persecution delusion. This kind of thing. This had been anticipated before. Who let it happen? He was born into a declining small ninja clan. Who made Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji clans? Apart from him, there are no other ninjas. These bastards. I really hope that he and AI will die together. I'd better take Chidori, Thunder Beast Chasing Fang, and Water Prison technique. Return. Take it for myself. Hokage adults. Because of the matter of the Tsurugi clan, Fujiwara Tetsuya also has a bad impression of Mitokado Homura. And ignored this so-called Hokage consultant. He raised his foot and came in front of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Hokage-sama. There's something I want to confirm. Suppose I present this third gate ninjutsu to the village, do I have the authority to teach this third gate ninjutsu? Do the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji clans have the authority to pass on this third gate ninjutsu as a legacy ninjutsu? Regarding whether to present this third gate ninjutsu, Fujiwara Tetsuya had no intention of resisting. Everything he did was just to fight for more rights. Besides, this third gate ninjutsu, in addition to the water dungeon technique, return. As long as you reach the corresponding chakra control level, you can get started. Things like Chidori and Thunder Beast Chasing Fang are not that easy to learn. Chidori. In addition to the extremely high requirements for the talent of the caster, it also has extremely high requirements for the caster's dynamic vision and speed. Even Kakashi could only fully unleash the power of Chidori after he had the Sharingan. Without the help of the system. If Fujiwara Tetsuya wanted to unleash the power of Chidori as easily as he is doing now, that would be just a joke. As for Thunder Beast Chasing Fang, involving lightning-style nature transformation. A strong man of this level. Even in Konoha. It is not certain that we can find many of them. They are destined to never be popularized. Tetsuya. This third gate ninjutsu is the result of your own research and development, so you naturally have the right to teach this third gate ninjutsu. Similarly, as your clansmen, the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji clans are naturally no exception. Sarutobi Hiruzen naturally heard Fujiwara Tetsuya's hidden meaning. I also understand Fujiwara Tetsuya's concerns. There was a response immediately. This kind of magnanimity also made Sarutobi Hiruzen gradually believe it. The boy in front of me. Maybe he is really the heir of the Will of Fire. Besides, to make up for your contribution, after the Chunin exams are over, you can choose any 2 A-rank ninjutsu from me. A-level ninjutsu? I sighed in my heart. Fujiwara Tetsuya did not show too much disappointment either. With his current age, identity, status, and strength, you are not yet qualified to have an equal conversation with Sarutobi Hiruzen. I hope I can find a ninjutsu that suits my taste. Thank you, Hokage-sama. If that's the case, I am willing to return the Chidori. The Thunder Beast Chasing Fang. The Water Prison technique. To the village. There was a symbolic silence for a few breaths. Fujiwara Tetsuya agreed to Sarutobi Hiruzen's terms. Tetsuya. I was not mistaken. You are indeed the successor to the Will of Fire. With a gentle laugh, Sarutobi Hiruzen stood up again. The broad palm fell kindly on Fujiwara Tetsuya's head. By the way, Tetsuya, have you encountered any difficulties recently? If so, why not tell me? At Sarutobi Hiruzen's wave, an Anbu suddenly appeared in the Hokage's office holding a scroll. This. Meeting Sarutobi Hiruzen's gaze. Fujiwara Tetsuya showed just the right amount of hesitation. Tetsuya, if you have any trouble, just speak up. What? Is there something that even I can't solve? After noticing Fujiwara Tetsuya's hesitation, Sarutobi Hiruzen's voice gradually became lower. This hesitation undoubtedly hurt the self-esteem of this ninja hero. No. No. I'm not doubting Hokage-sama. But this is it. Call. Since the Hokage asked, I will tell you straight in front of the real sleeping counselor. Sarutobi Hiruzen really gave him a chance to vent. Gritting his teeth, Fujiwara Tetsuya seemed to have made a great decision. I don't know why. When Fujiwara Tetsuya mentioned her, Setsuna Yudin Koharu suddenly had a bad feeling. Before the match the day before yesterday, an elder from the Utain clan whom I had never met approached me and asked me to lose to Utain Hisai on purpose. But I didn't agree to it because I had the expectations of my companions and family. After the game, the leader of the Tenshin clan threatened me. Hokage-sama. My strength is not strong enough right now, I am worried. Next words. Fujiwara Tetsuya did not continue speaking. Because Sarutobi Hiruzen on the opposite side had a completely gloomy expression. Even when looking at Yudin Koharu, the look in this companion's eyes became much heavier. Hiruzen, I didn't know about this. Give me 2 days. I will thoroughly investigate this matter. If it really involves my clansmen, I will definitely not cover it up. I will definitely give you a satisfactory explanation. Familiar with Sarutobi Hiruzen's character, Yudin Koharu. The moment you meet each other's eyes, I understood it immediately. This old friend. The highest authority in Konoha. Angry. Support civilian ninjas and weak ninja clans. This is what this old friend has been working hard on since he came to power. The purpose is to break the situation where many powerful families and ninja clans in Konoha are now the only ones in power. And this thing. This is obviously a taboo. No. Not giving me an explanation. But give Tetsuya an explanation. Koharu. You, Homura, and Denzo are the people I trust the most. This actually happened to the Tsutsune clan. I am so disappointed. Roaring room. Sarutobi Hiruzen is also reflecting. For the Tetsu. For Shimura. For Mito. Has he been too self-indulgent in the past 10 years? Chapter 49. Fujiwara Tetsuya whistled away. After leaving the corresponding spells on the 3 scrolls, he left that place of trouble cleanly and neatly. As for those things in the Hokage's office, it's nothing more than the love-hate relationship between gay friends. These obvious contradictions. It will disappear into thin air in a short time. When Fujiwara Tetsuya returns to his clan. Just in time for dinner, after a big meal. Fujiwara Tetsuya interrupted the conversation with Tanakajiro, Fujiwara Sachiko and others and returned to the room alone. AI. In a sense, he might be an enemy more powerful than Luo Shat. Face enemies of this level. Naturally, he has to restore all conditions to the best state. Scrolls provided by Sarutobi Hiruzen. It's really full of useful information. It records in detail the inherited secret techniques of the Yayu clan, the detailed experiences of past battles between the Konoha warriors and them, as well as the methods of circumventing and cracking these secret techniques. It can be called a textbook. But battle between ninjas. But based on theory or empirical speculation. Obviously it is impossible to determine the final outcome. Facing an enemy like AI who has super combat talent. If you want to win, you must constantly break through the theory. Bet everything you have on it. System. Call up the strength panel. Host Fujiwara Tetsuya Strength, Chnin, 1/5000, Bloodline, Nun Ninjutsu, Konoharu Kenjutsu, 35/1000 Intermediate, A, Lightning Style. Chidori, 45/3000 Advanced, A, Water Style. Water Mirror Technique, 1/500 Primary, A, Water Style. Water Severing Wave, 2/3000 Advanced, A, Water Style. Water Dragon Bomb Technique, 219/500 Intermediate, B, Water Style. Water Fang Bullet, 4/500 Intermediate, B, Lightning Style. Thunder Beast Chasing Fang, 105/500 Advanced, C, Water Style. Water Clone Technique, 25/500 Advanced, C, Water Style. Water Prison Technique, 75/500 advanced, C. Body flicker technique, intermediate, D. 3 body technique, advanced, E. Kill value, 1500 system. Allocate the remaining 1500 kill points to Chidori. As the jumpy voice of the mind system sounded, Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes became sharper. Think of the third Raikage's final battle. Facing tens of thousands of ninja soldiers, he fought fiercely for 3 days and 3 nights before dying of exhaustion. AI, the descendant of the third Raikage. Naturally, I also inherited this bloodline. Want to find opportunities to fight through defense. You will only drag yourself to death. The only choice he had was to rely on Chidori's speed. Thrust. At the right moment. A clash of offense and offense with Alet. The next morning. The sun is rising. Countless figures surged, countless shop owners closed their businesses, and walked towards the arena with their families, young and old. This day. Not long after leaving alone at Fujiwara Tetsuya, Jiro Tanaka, Sachiko Fujiwara and others led the children of all ages from the Fujiwara, Tanaka and Yusuji clans and rushed to the arena. The stands surrounding the arena. There was a lot of noise and countless trivial and noisy sounds. Keep circling the arena. In addition, many unfamiliar faces appeared on the platform. They are all Konoha's ninjas. Most of them are genin. There are also quite a few chunin and jainin. The Hokage-sama is here. After many officials, nobles from the Land of Fire, and Konoha's ninja leaders took their seats. Sarutobi Hiruzen, leading many high-ranking officials of Konoha, once again appeared in the most conspicuous position. Konoha Hospital. Or maybe the news that Fujiwara Tetsuya advanced to the finals has spread. Or maybe Jing had some additional instructions. This time, when he came to see Uchiha Mikoto, the members of the Uchiha clan did not try to stop him too much. Look at the girl on the hospital bed. Fujiwara Tetsuya just stood there quietly, without saying a word. 10 minutes later. Looking at the clock on the wall. Fujiwara Tetsuya's figure disappeared silently in the ward. You're so young. You've already mastered the body flicker technique to this level. No wonder. A monster that can defeat Tsunagakuer. Advance to the finals. I don't know when. The Uchiha member guarding outside the door suddenly walked in. Staring at the place where Fujiwara Tetsuya just disappeared. There was a sense of surprise and doubt in his words. This is the difference that strength brings. Konoha Arena. To welcome today's finals. Last night, Konoha's ninjas specially renovated the arena using the earth style. Compared to yesterday. I don't know how clean and smooth it needs to be. As the clock hand points to 10 o'clock. The arena is in turmoil. Tsunade's plump body appeared in the center of the arena again. The time has come. The finals have officially begun. Genin Fujiwara Tetsuya. Cloud Shinobi Genin. Enter. Listen to Tsunade's clear voice. The arena suddenly became quiet. Countless eyes instantly gathered at the 2 entrances below the arena. Under everyone's expectation. 2 figures walked towards Tsunade through the shadows with firm steps. Fujiwara Tetsuya. The moment you see Fujiwara Tetsuya. The roar was like a tsunami, shaking the entire arena. Countless figures straightened their necks in this excitement. A vigorous roar. Tetsuya Nii-san. Looking at the scene on the field. The children of the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji clans saw and felt this kind of scene for the first time. The little face was flushed and the skinny fists were constantly waving. This day. They seemed to see hope. See, a hero that belongs only to you. Tetsuya. Come on. You must. You must kill that BDAI. The Abarame wooden golem, who was usually reserved in front of outsiders, now roared madly, ignoring the gazes of his fellow tribesmen. Battle of Chunin. Battle of Glory. It will officially open at this moment. Seal of opposition. Tsunade's gaze paused for a moment at Fujiwara Tetsuya and AI. Then he walked away. Little devil. Let me see if you have the ability to surpass me. After Fujiwara Tetsuya defeated Raza. AI. This bragging brat has been put on an equal footing. The final battle of the Chunin exam. AI's fighting spirit grew stronger and stronger. Then let's have a good fight. Let me see. How far can the heir of Cloud Shinobi Village go? In Fujiwara Tetsuya's icy voice. The 2 figures collided quickly. Invisible waves. Exploding continuously amid sonic booms. Konoha style sword art, splitting void kid. Your attack is too weak. Don't use this kind of poor swordsmanship to embarrass yourself again. Lightning style chakra mode, the terrifying chakra. This moment is close to materialization. Critical moment. AI directly hit Fujiwara Tetsuya's small sword with a circle. As the only remaining ninja sword of the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji clans. Continuous wailing at this moment. Then, in front of Fujiwara Tetsuya's horrified gaze, it suddenly shattered. As expected, it is the bloodline of the Yayu clan. Such terrifying power. No wonder he can fight against Tsunade. Sigh inwardly. Fujiwara Tetsuya put away the handle of the knife with some reluctance. Although it is just an ordinary sword. But it was also the first partner who accompanied him in conquering the ninja world. At least. Give it a grand funeral. Chapter 50. AI. Then it's as you wish. Water style. Water tooth bullet. The huge water flow is spinning at high speed, and its power is becoming more and more terrifying. Lateral bolt of pain boom. The roar continued. As the collapse of the water tooth bombs continued. Under the cover of the water curtain. AI's figure turned into a series of afterimages and appeared directly in front of Fujiwara Tetsuya. Facing the knife hand right in front of you. Fujiwara Tetsuya was not afraid at all. With a look of indifference in his eyes, he moved his body to the side and accurately avoided AI's attack. The scroll given by Sarutobi Hiruzen. It's not useless waste paper. He actually avoided it. Then how about trying this? Lightning straight at the moment of passing each other, AI relied on his strong core strength. Suddenly turned around. The horrifying attack directly hit Fujiwara Tetsuya's arms. Under the shock of the terrifying waves, Fujiwara Tetsuya was blasted dozens of meters away, and only stopped when he crashed into a broken tree root. His such power. Such responsiveness. It's really scary. Raising my numb arms. Fujiwara Tetsuya kept gasping for air. If the force is not released in time, these two arms are useless. Water style. Water dragon bomb technique. Looking at the figure rushing towards him, Fujiwara Tetsuya quickly retreated. A huge stream of water roared and slammed into AI fiercely. Terrifying power. Directly knocked AI out. No substantial damage was caused. At this age, you already have thick skin and tough flesh. Several ku now. It tore through the water flow and quickly attacked AI's back. At the same time, Fujiwara Tetsuya stepped on the scattered water, jumped high, and quickly rushed towards the direction where AI Luo had landed. Two figures collided again. This brat. How could he actually go head-to-head with Grandmaster AI's ninjutsu to this extent, now? The audience and numerous ninjas around have been deeply attracted by the confrontation between AI and Fujiwara Tetsuya. Even some elite Chunin level strong men. I couldn't help but whisper. This kind of physical combat is so entertaining. It is definitely not inferior to the gorgeous ninjutsu battle. Time is passing by every second. In a crazy attack, Fujiwara Tetsuya. AI. Gradually, many scars appeared on the two of them. But, compared to AI, the one who is even worse off is undoubtedly Fujiwara Tetsuya. Under AI's terrifying power, Fujiwara Tetsuya's right hand has been dislocated for many times. Fortunately, the skeleton of a teenager has not yet taken shape. It takes almost no effort to completely reset it. 3. That little brat. I'm afraid he can't hold on for much longer. On top of the hill, the top brass headed by Sarutobi Hiruzen. His expression gradually became serious. The one who spoke was Uchiha Koharu. What happened yesterday? Uchiha Koharu did not do as Sarutobi Hiruzen asked. Perhaps. In this person's eyes. As long as Fujiwara Tetsuya survives today, only then is she qualified to bow her head. Until then, it's not worth mentioning. Koharu. The fight isn't over yet. Now is not the time to jump to conclusions. Sarutobi Hiruzen's attention at the moment. It's all about Fujiwara Tetsuya. When answering, he didn't even glance at Uchiha Koharu. As the Hokage of Konoha, how could he not be aware of Uchiha Koharu's little tricks? The reason why I didn't say so much. It's just because of the relationship between us. Call. In the arena. As their chakra and physical strength continued to be depleted, Fujiwara Tetsuya and AI's breathing became heavier. AI. This stalemate is too boring. I heard that the third Raikage was praised by the strong men in the ninja world as the strongest spear and the strongest shield. I just don't know if you have inherited the third Raikage's proud hell thruster, Ippon Kanti. In the deep voice, Fujiwara Tetsuya's right-hand Chidori screamed. Countless tiny electric currents constantly collide and merge, emitting dazzling light. Want to decide the outcome with one strike. But, kid, I'm slowly falling in love with you. I can't do a single stun with my current strength. But, to defeat you, a single stun is enough. Little devil. Open your eyes and watch. Hell thrust, four-handed shot. Facing Fujiwara Tetsuya's sharp gaze. AI's fighting spirit is growing stronger. Amid the roar, countless lightning bolts also gathered towards his right hand. Is it time to decide the winner? Look at what's going on in the venue. Many powerful ninjas stood up subconsciously. The reputation of the strongest spear. This is not something Cloud Shinobi Village made up. But it was through stepping on countless corpses and bones that he achieved his current reputation. It is the proof of being strong. Even if he has 4 skills, he is still able to look down on everyone. The little devil from the Fujiwara clan. Can he break the legend? Chidori. Charge. The terrifying lightning completely covered Fujiwara Tetsuya and AI's bodies. The audience in the stands could only hear the roar of thunder and the deafening sound of sonic booms. The light in the field. It lasted for dozens of seconds before gradually dissipating. Hey, hey, hey! Who wins this? The light is gone. Suddenly, a huge pit with a diameter of nearly 20 meters and a depth of several meters appeared on the ground with Fujiwara Tetsuya and AI as the center. And the 2 protagonists. At this moment, they were sitting on the ground, each hugging their right arms. Bright red blood. It kept dripping down the torn sleeves. Cough. Kid. Your Chidori is truly extraordinary. I never thought you could unleash such power. You win this time. The air is filled with smoke and dust. There seemed to be a howling wind in the charred deep pit. In total silence. AI was the first to break the silence. Strictly speaking. In this head-on confrontation, neither he nor Fujiwara Tetsuya has the upper hand. Either him or Fujiwara Tetsuya. My right hand is basically useless. Lost the ability to fight again. But I'm afraid no one has ever paid attention to it. Under Chidori's terrifying tearing properties, it can actually have a paralyzing effect. Now, he even has no effort to raise his head. AI. Although I won this battle, I think I cheated. If we continue to fight like we did just now, I will be the only one who loses. As expected. You are truly worthy of being me. The future 4th Raikage. Touching the bloodline overflowing from the corner of his mouth. Fujiwara Tetsuya stood up shakily while hugging his right arm. He walked towards AI with staggering steps. Victory is victory. Defeat is defeat. I still have the courage to admit failure. Come on, let's do it. You said that yesterday while you were hugging your girlfriend who was severely injured by me. You want to beat me up, right? Between the strong and the strong. Even if we draw our swords. There will also be an inexplicable attraction. Looking at the kid in front of him who is a head and a half shorter than him. AI's expression was calm. Girlfriend. AI. I didn't expect that someone as honest and straightforward as you could say such interesting things. You're right. That was my promise to Mikoto. So. You better take this punch. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you're notified of future uploads. You can find the next parts in the playlist visible on the screen or on my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.